about Russia's war in Ukraine. He's also trying to stop that, telling reporters after returning from New York.
Certain European leaders are coming over to our country on Monday or Tuesday, and individually. And I think we're going to get that settled.
Well, this is after hours after Russia had launched its biggest drone and missile attack of the war. Most of them were shot down, but at least 4 Ukrainians were killed, dozens injured. President Trump also tells reporters he'll decide in the next day or two about sending National Guard troops to Chicago to fight crime like his crackdown in Washington, D.C., and it follows a controversial Truth Social message.
That post said in part, Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War, referring to the name change for the Defense Department. President Trump says, though, what he meant was he wants to clean up the city, calling that common sense, not war.
Now, it's Fox's Madeline Rivera. There were protests over the weekend as Democrats push back on the president, saying crime is down in recent years in Chicago. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The streak is over. Nothing on radar. It's 50 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 74. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02.
2nd and 20 for the Colts. First play of the second quarter. Daniel Jones flies it right side. It's caught at the goal line. Touchdown for the Colts. And it's Michael Pittman Jr. Touchdown. I-N-D-Y for the Colts.
On the Indianapolis Colts radio network, Matt Taylor with the call, and the Colts beat the Miami Dolphins 33-8, winning a season opener for the first time since 2013. At halftime of the game,
he did everything he could to make sure we were worthy of your cheers. But even at your very best, it was never just you, the fans, behind us. It was Jim. He didn't just own the Colts. He bound us all together.
That's former Colts quarterback and Hall of Famer Peyton Manning speaking during a Ring of Honor ceremony for the late Jim Irsay.
There is no place Jim Irsay belongs more than right here in the Colts Ring of Honor. Jim, we love you, we miss you, and your spirit will live on forever through your family.
Mr. Irsay is the 20th member to join the Colts Ring of Honor. A crowd gathered outside in Greenwood Sunday of Congressman Jefferson Shreve's office, asking him to address the issue at Camp Atterbury's, a detention site for illegal immigrants. The event put together by Indivisible Indiana and other organizations brought out signs with messages like "Invest in our communities, not ICE," and "No concentration camps." Expect a warm-up later this week, but overall the weather's going to look nice. Here's Jake McDaniel.
Humidity and precipitation chances will be low as well, says Matt Eckhoff with the National Weather Service.
We will have mainly sunny skies. There might be some high cirrus clouds at times, potentially some clouds on Tuesday, but for the most part, partly cloudy skies are anticipated through the week.
He also says the hottest day of the week will be
potentially Thursday or even Friday. They're going to be close. Right now we have highs in the upper 80s for both days. Give or take a degree or two, they look about the same. Highs between 86 and 90 degrees.
Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. You have traffic and weather together in 1 minute on a Monday morning at 6:04.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-557-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
The IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship is back at the racing capital of the world. This sports car racing event, September 19th through 21st, is different than anything you've seen at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Sunday the 21st, it's the TireRack.com Battle on the Bricks. And now the race runs 6 hours. The paddock is open for fans all weekend long. Infield camping opportunities make this a can't-miss weekend. Kids 15 and under are free with a paid adult. Get your tickets at IMS.com.
Disabled vehicle cleared on the west side. It's eastbound 70 at Sam Jones Expressway. It's gone. Looking at the construction on the south side, northbound 65, it will begin to gather traffic here before too long. Right now, we look okay through the construction zone, northbound 465, as we make our way into the south split in downtown. That is a construction zone until the end of next year as they look to expand, widen I-65 from 465 to the south split in both directions. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today. Again, that's Progressive.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist, what are you doing?
Tony, good morning. It was a beautiful weekend. It's pretty nice here again. This one a little on the chilly side, but we will warm very quickly today. Lots of sunshine, and today's high around 76. Clear, quiet, again, cool overnight, a low down to 51. Tuesday, sunny, warmer. It's actually closer to average for this time of year, a high of 80. And I think the warming trend continues for the rest of the week. Wednesday, mostly sunny, a high of 83. Thursday and Friday, sunshine. We are dry and warm with highs into the mid-80s.
Mid-80s?
Mid-80s.
Okay. We can play it by ear and see how it goes.
I mean, listen, we could see some areas get up to around 90 this weekend. So
I don't even know. What is even happening here?
I have no idea.
We had
that's
fall.
An excellent question.
We have good fall weather. We want it to last from now until December 24th. Then we want a white Christmas, fall again, maybe a little snow New Year's Day, then fall right up until the month of May, then just a little bit warmer for the race, and then fall again. We want fall all the time.
That would be ideal.
And you're saying
that would
no.
be ideal. No. I mean, it's going to be pretty warm for a while. So, probably how it plays out is, we'll be in the 80s through, the week before Halloween, and then there'll be 2 inches of snow on the ground on Halloween. That's usually how it works.
You are hedging your bets right now, aren't you?
Well,
Right? That's exactly what Marcus says when he's getting audited. Well,
Yeah, that's it. What else can you say? It is what it is.
Don't make the cuffs too tight. You can also say that, I believe.
I guess that would probably be helpful. Yeah.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. 80 degrees, 90 degrees coming. We're all nuts. 46 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:08.
This hour is powered by Sundown Gardens, Hamilton County's fall nursery headquarters.
When you delete your tweet, Lieutenant Governor Beckwith, it's over. It's over. I don't quite understand what it is you're trying to get done. I don't understand why you're trying to do it. But your tweet on Haitian migrants, which seems to go against things you were saying about Haitians in Logansport, man, did it make some national news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. What is going on, everybody? Good to be with you. The Colts victorious. The Fever were victorious the other day. The Titans lose. Come on, why aren't you happy? I will get to all of that. JMV joins us at 7:06. But what the lieutenant governor wrote about Haitian refugees, very, very odd, in that it seems he was saying that we should be supportive of bringing in 40,000 Haitians. That's what it sounded like. Their people have endured earthquakes and violence, and now more than 40,000 are seeking asylum here in Indiana. And this is about, he had a meeting with Haitian pastors in Marion County, wanting to work hard, how people want to work hard and assimilate to the American way of life. We spoke about barriers of language and culture. We're also discussing the power of faith and family. What I saw was not a community asking for a handout, but people determined to work hard, raise their children to become contributors to the great Hoosier state, and assimilate to the American way of life. I'm not saying that you didn't meet some lovely people. What is it that you're stating here? And why did you delete it? Why don't you stand behind it if these were great people? You posted about Logansport back in October, November of 2024. Logansport officials are raising serious concerns about the rapid growth of the immigrant population, calling it unsustainable for the community. Dumping double a town's population in unassimilated migrants doesn't just happen. There is a money trail involved as local leaders grapple with the strain on housing, schools, and social services. It's clear that action is needed to ensure our small towns can thrive without being overwhelmed. And mentions my counterpart in Fort Wayne, Caleb Blakesley, will both be speaking at the Hoosier Leadership Summit this weekend over in Noblesville. I'll let you know more about that. But here he is saying Hoosier values and secure our communities. And here he is a year later saying, come on in. Now, Governor Beckwith, I want you to know, Lieutenant Governor Beckwith, because the other one's never coming. You understand that, right? I'll get more into that at 7:45. Just for the sake of clarity, you had a whole conversation on October 11th, 2024, about how there's a money trail regarding Haitian immigrants, illegal immigrants, Haitian migrants, let's say. And now you're in favor of it? So the first question is, can you tell us right now that you have not received any money to change your position? Or have you changed your position as your tweet that you have now deleted intimates? Those are the starting questions. That is never the way, Lieutenant Governor, you want to start a Monday. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay,
Ooh,
deep breath.
High five.
You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced security? I'm so stoked.
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm, totally natural.
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you! High five, everybody! High five!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five!
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25 for new customers with qualifying bundle. Current customers may be eligible depending on services and area. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Fostech is American-made firearms made right here in Indiana. American craftsmanship meets cutting-edge innovation. Their lightweight AR-15s are incredible, and they don't sacrifice dependability or durability. Advanced machining capabilities create incredible products, and they are all designed, machined, assembled, and tested right here in Indiana. Fostech, owned by a family that has served and loved their country. Find a dealer near you or visit Fostech.com. That's F-O-S-T-E-C-H, Fostech.com. Use promo code WIBC for 10% off your order.
This is Gary Dick making improvements to Indy sports venues at 632. Brought to you by the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with the Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Southside northbound 65 slowing a little bit because of road construction from Raymond Street up to the South Split. If you're running somebody out to the airport this morning from the downtown hotels, you look good on westbound 70 out to Indianapolis International Airport. Everything moving up to speed. Nothing to slow you down at the moment. And I'm starting to see a slowdown here before the North Split. It's northbound 6570 beginning after Michigan Street or around 10th Street up to the North Split. Keeping an eye on that. Traffic sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today. Again, that's Progressive.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
46 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. I know finding a dream engagement ring can be overwhelming, but don't worry, we got you. As director of diamond sourcing, it's my job to make sure every single diamond at Shane Company is truly the best of the best. Our team travels the world to see diamonds up close, in person. We handpick each one for its unique fire, brilliance, and scintillation. Diamond buying is an art. Of course, we look at cut, color, clarity, and carat, known as the 4 C's, but that's not all. We also look at how each diamond looks on a hand, where it will be worn, how it makes you feel, and if it's worthy of a Shane Company customer. That type of expertise only comes from working for a company that's been a family business since 1929. We also think about your budget. We only pick the best in each grade in all shapes and sizes. Your diamond is guaranteed to be the most beautiful because a friend wants you to pick from only the best. Drop by your store or shaneco.com and see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, it's Rob. And you know, fall can be the perfect season to tackle those home improvement projects before the weather turns cold. And if your windows are old, drafty, or just plain inefficient, now is the time to finally do something about it because Universal Windows Direct has an incredible September offer. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. So whether you need 4 or 14, you only pay for half. And to make it even easier, you'll get 0% financing for 3 years. So no interest, no pressure. And here's a bonus you'll love. $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule now. So let's review. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. 0% financing for 3 years. And $500 off your entire home improvement project. Some restrictions may apply, so to get all the information and schedule your free in-home estimate today, call 317-659-7574, 317-659-7574. Or check them out on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago Senator Dick Durbin. And now Dick Durbin has a new scheme, a government takeover of your credit card. Today, consumers have thousands of choices in credit cards, all with equal, strong security. But Durbin's plan is less competition and less security. And that means more risk for your credit and your identity. Tell Republicans in Congress, stop Dick Durbin's takeover of your credit card before it's too late.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Kids back in school and out of your hair? Now it's time to take care of yours. Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has an offer that will help give you the softest hair, skin, and nails, plus give life to your appliances and fixtures. Yes, we're talking about water softeners. For the month of September, Hope will give you $500 off the purchase of a water softener plus carbon filter. So give yourself the gift of soft water and call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today.
Truck drivers and owner-operators, there's never been a better time to team up at Schneider. We have more team-friendly loads than ever, including express delivery parcel freight that offers great miles with no delays to keep the wheels turning. Plus, for a limited time, company team drivers may be eligible for a sign-on bonus of up to $16,000. Owner-operator teams may qualify for a $10,000 incentive. Explore team driver positions at SchneiderJobs.com and search team contracting jobs at SchneiderOwneroperators.com.
Guys, it's game on at Synergen X and Low T Center, your TRT MVPs.
Book a free TRT consultation and automatically enter for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia, tickets, and more. Female patients, you can win too. Book at TRTMVP.com.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
As we ended last week, like it's an ongoing miniseries that we're sharing in here, we know that there was a raid on a Hyundai plant in Georgia, and more than 400 South Korean illegal immigrants were detained. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Good to be with you. Now, we have a deal between South Korea and the United States to take those who were detained and send them back to South Korea. I have many, many questions, because I want to know who else gets this deal. I want to know why this deal is happening, President Trump. How'd they get hired? How'd they get here? What exactly is going on?
And, you know, when they're building batteries, if you don't have people in this country right now that know about batteries, maybe we should help them along and let some people come in and train our people to do, you know, complex things, whether it's battery manufacturing or computer manufacturing or building ships. So we're going to look at that whole situation. We have a lot of industries that we don't have anymore, and we're going to have to train people. And the way you train people is bring people in that know what they're doing and let them stay for a little while and help.
Were they in the country legally or illegally? Were they working in a way that was legal? If not, how did they get hired to begin with, and where are the fines? I'd get fined. My neighbor would get fined. Well, these people don't know how to make batteries. With all due respect, Mr. President, that dog won't hunt. You know it too. You know what you're saying is just something to say. This is you, sir, as politician. I can't stand Donald Trump as politician, and I got to assume he doesn't like it too much either. But that's what this is. Hyundai, in the state of Georgia, had hundreds of people here illegally. They knew they were hired illegally. No one's going to get fined. No one's going to lose their job. No one's going to go to jail. No one. That's nuts. The foreign minister saying that he's deeply concerned and felt, quote, heavy responsibilities for the arrest of our citizens. How did they get here? This is going to get swept under the rug. This is going to be like, oh, yeah, that happened. Oopsie. Oopsie. So when they're here illegally and Democrats like them, then it's bad. But when Republicans like them, it's good? See, but not all Republicans like it. Most conservatives are saying, wait, I thought we had a standard here. No one ever said you can't bring in experts about batteries to the extent any of these people are actually experts about batteries. No one would even argue the idea that people could come from other countries who have an expertise to help with training and technology. No one. But that's not what happened here. That's what's being spun. But that's not what's happened. 475 battery experts, that's what we had? Now, not all 475 may have been South Korean, but you get my point. Let's say it was 300. 300 battery experts? I, again, have a hard time believing that. Or maybe it's that South Korea is going to be investing over $150 billion into the U.S., and we don't want to make anybody too angry. Don't ask me to be pleased. Don't be surprised when people say, come on, this is This is kind of madness. It's like the whole Trump Apocalypse Now tweet. Trump on Trump's Truth Social puts out a character or an image of Trump as Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore from Apocalypse Now. And instead of "I love the smell of napalm in the morning," "I love the smell of deportations in the morning," he writes. Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War, Chipocalypse Now. As opposed to Apocalypse Now. Which is being taken as Trump declaring war on the city of Chicago, to which if any Democrat had done that, conservatives and Republicans would have gone nuts. I would like conservatives to say, this is too much personality. What are you doing? You want to send in the National Guard? To the extent that you can legally, because it's a state and not the District of Columbia, I don't know what you're going to do here. Conceptually, you're absolutely right, and the left is now protesting against safety and security. Why in the world would you take away from that with a post this absolutely foolish? Not everything needs to be posted. Stop. When you're winning, just win, for the love of the Lord. Oh, it was dumb and you know it. It was. Go with the states that want your support. Clean those cities up. People will see clean cities and they'll say, yeah, I'm voting for this. And let Pritzker just, swing lifeless on the vine. Apocalypse Now. Oh, Tony, you don't have a sense of humor. I don't like anything that gets in the way of winning. I haven't changed. And I would still argue I'm right, and this kind of stuff is nonsense. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
Yes, south side Tony, northbound 65 slow from Raymond Street into the south split because of construction. And taking a look at that northeast side construction project to clear past 69. The rebuild of the I-69-465 interchange looks fine at the moment. Inbound 69 doing good coming down from Fishers. What's up, guys? Looking good from State Road 37 down to 465. Everything moving up to speed. Just have a safe morning rush. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Have a great weekend. I'm sure the politicians will do something insane. We'll tell you about it Monday.
9 till noon on 93 WIBC.
At Advent, nasal congestion and sinus infections can be solved with an in-office 20-minute procedure. Elsewhere, expect surgery.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers.
I'm with Applied Innovation customer Lawrence Duttler, president of Sun Title, who has been an Applied Innovation customer for 20 years.
Well, to be honest, it was when it came to having copiers and scanners, there was really no other choice but to go to Applied. I mean, it was the service level, the people.
Then you discovered Applied Innovation also provided network support and security.
And when we found out, that was an easy decision to make. They've got a great team of folks that understand just overall computers, networks, that kind of thing.
How has Applied Innovation benefited Sun Title for 2 decades?
You've got to be in the foxhole with somebody. Our business is about being tech-enabled. It's about servicing our clients. So their service to me as a client gives me the ability to serve our clients better.
Applied Innovation. Office technology made simple. Backed by a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The president says there's a crime crisis in Chicago. Nothing on radar. It's 50 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 74. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 6:30.
Chicago is a very dangerous place, and we have a governor that doesn't care about crime, I guess.
President Trump says he is weighing a National Guard deployment to Chicago and maybe New Orleans.
We could solve Chicago very quickly, but we're going to make a decision as to where we go over the next day or two.
And he spoke on Sunday at Joint Base Andrews, and he's still considering it after taking over the Washington, D.C. Police Department. Senate Republicans are pushing a bill called the Letitia Act, named after New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Trump administration has accused James of mortgage fraud.
The same rules should apply to everybody. So if they apply to you and me, if they apply to folks in all 31 million people in Texas who I represent, then they should apply to public officials as well, maybe even more so.
That's Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn on Fox News. The Trump administration is also looking into California Democratic Senator Adam Schiff, and they already fired Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook for mortgage fraud. Lady Gaga won the Artist of the Year at last night's MTV Video Music Awards.
Being an artist is an attempt to connect the souls of people all over the world. Being an artist is a discipline, a craft meant for reaching into someone's heart where it grows its roots and reminding them to dream.
And that sound courtesy of CBS and MTV. I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. You have traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes at 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. As Indianapolis continues to attract major sporting events, the Capital Improvement Board recently announced multi-million-dollar upgrades for Lucas Oil Stadium and Victory Field. As first reported by the IBJ last month, the venues are set to receive a total of $35.2 million in improvements as part of the CIB's overall budget. CIB Executive Director Andy Mallon says other cities are chasing Indy, and the city needs to keep up.
I think we are benefiting from generations, frankly, of investment and keeping our downtown core dense with these wonderful venues and almost 9,000 hotel rooms in the skywalks that connect them. Really, these other cities are chasing us.
Indianapolis-based renewable natural gas developer Redtail Renewables has formed a joint venture with Pacolet Milliken, a private investment firm headquartered in Greenville, South Carolina. The venture, known as RPM Holdings, is launching with the acquisition of an RNG project near Owensboro, Kentucky, just across the Ohio River from Indiana. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress, from the foods we eat to the heights we soar, because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
We build Indiana. The Laborers International Union of North America builds and maintains roads, bridges, and other essential infrastructure that make us the crossroads of America. So thanks to LIUNA members' work, Hoosiers have a better quality of life, like access to utilities, easier routes to jobs, schools, or medical care, and deliveries keep moving. We build Indiana for good jobs and stronger communities. The Laborers International Union of North America. We are LIUNA.
Terre Haute Mayor Brandon Sackbun is touting the city's proposed 2026 budget, saying it maintains fiscal responsibility. The proposed budget for next year will be about $129 million, about a 1.5% increase over 2025.
We're very deliberate with our efforts. Last year, we ended with a surplus. In 2024, we reduced spending from the prior administration's budget. We've reduced spending this year to end at another surplus, and we're doing what we can to maintain fiscal responsibility while still delivering maximum services to the taxpayer.
Indiana University has surpassed $1 billion in research and development expenditures for the first time in its history, marking a record-setting year for the state's largest research institution. The university is also reporting more than $942 million in sponsored awards during fiscal year 2025, which it says outpaces all other Indiana universities. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Southside northbound 65 stop and go traffic before Raymond Street up to the south split because of the construction. And on the south side crash, Southport Road at I-65 just to the west of the interchange. And this involves 2 cars. Report of somebody getting hurt in that crash. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
45 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time right now is 6:35. A check on sports. Ryan Hedrick, what are we doing?
Tony, good morning. Sunday at Lucas Oil Stadium.
1 second remains, and there it is. The curse, the hex,
it's over.
Voodoo, the jinx, the spells, all the enchantments, they're finally gone. After 11 years, the Colts are victorious in Week 1.
On Indianapolis Colts radio, Matt Taylor had the call as Indy pounded the Miami Dolphins 33-8. Quarterback Daniel Jones threw for 272 yards in his first regular season game with the team.
We feel good about the start for sure, some things to clean up and work on, but I think everyone on our team's mature enough, knows enough that we've got to continue to grow and improve. The best teams in the league continue to build on success.
And the Colts have the Denver Broncos next Sunday. The Indiana Fever locked up a playoff spot Sunday with the 94-65 win against the Washington Mystics. Head coach Stephanie White says the team pushed through despite key injuries.
And we just kept getting stronger, and we've kept reinventing ourselves. You know, these women in the locker room deserve a lot of credit.
And Indiana closed out the regular season Tuesday against the Minnesota Lynx. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
Take the work out of fall cleanup this year at Quality Supply and Tool, where there's a huge Milwaukee Power Tool sale going on until November 2nd while supplies last. Buy the M18 Fuel Edger, hedge trimmer, pole saw, or pruning shears, and get the M18 Red Lithium XE5 battery free. That's a $169 value. Quality Supply and Tool also has big savings on M18 Fuel handheld and backpack blowers, plus 16 and 20-inch battery chainsaws. With locations in Jeffersonville, Bloomington, Lafayette, and South Harding Street in Indy, Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box store.
PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg is where I buy jewelry for my wife and very nice watches for myself, including Flederman Von Riest, assembled right here in Indiana. The most incredible selection of diamonds, gold, and rare pieces. Talk to PA Jewelers about that special piece or that special piece you want to sell. And don't forget to join PA Jewelers for their anniversary sale on September 13th. I'll be there starting at 3 p.m. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. PAJewelers.jewelry. That's PAJewelers.jewelry.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Planes, trains, automobiles, and motorcycles. If you've spent a lot of time working or playing around loud vehicles, you may have trouble hearing on the telephone. Get back in gear with Relay Indiana, providing telephone accessibility to the hard of hearing. Relay Indiana allows hearing-impaired callers to have normal phone conversations through voice recognition technology. And there's loaned equipment for those who qualify. Add clarity back in your phone conversations. Get the captioned telephone from Relay Indiana. Visit RelayIndiana.com.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business.
It's JMV and fall is in full swing at Miss M's Home and Garden. Locally grown mums and pumpkins plus fall annuals and decor. State Road 135 in Bargersville. MissMsHomeandGarden.com.
Are you telling me we have opposition to blowing up drug boats? You see, I think when you put out a post that says Chipocalypse Now, hey, we're going to war with Chicago, I think that's dopey. I think it's getting in your own way. And, of course, I've got the people on social media, oh, he did it to get under the liberal skin. It looks like it got under your skin as well. It gets in the way. When you get in your own way, I think it's a bad idea. I think it's dumb. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. But now I'm going to hear people tell me that it's wrong to take out a drug boat? You've got Venezuelans pushing drugs into the United States, bringing drugs into the United States, and it's wrong to destroy the boat? Are we all out of our minds? Well, constitutionally, are we at war now with Venezuela? Well, if you want to declare war, okay. But that isn't actually the argument here. I was reading over the weekend National Review discussing this is murky. I'm not so sure how murky this is. The Trump White House has decided to go a different way on the drug war. And they're taking a look at Nicolas Maduro, sending in gang members to the United States, and saying that is indeed the act of war. But more than that, we're not dealing just with the nation of Venezuela. We're dealing with narco-terrorism. They're changing the concept. Now, you could argue, wait a second, that's cute, but too cute by half. You don't get to actually do that. I'm not so sure. And if you want to argue that constitutionally, I think that's fine. You're not going to get an argument. But if you're telling me that we know the boat has drugs and now it's a problem to blow the boat up? Well, how did you know? You're telling me we don't have any intelligence apparatus whatsoever. We're just randomly blowing up boats. If this is the argument that the political left wants to make, the political left is going to lose every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Because most people say damn straight, you blow up the drug boat before it gets to us. That's what the rational person does. Only the fool is like, no, let it be here first. Let it come to us and then we can decide. These are not American citizens. And they do not get our rights. I argue often that the political left always overplays their hand. They get in their own way. It is insane. Oh, safety and security is a winning subject, and they're now having protests like, nope, we don't want that. It's crazed. Trump pushing for this is a smart move. Saying we're going to go to war in Chicago is dopey as can be and is getting in his own way. You see how that works? See my consistency? Agree, disagree? That's fine. That is just fine. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. You know right now with the weather changing that winter will be here any second. When winter gets here, ice is going to be on the power lines. The grid is going to go down, and you could have power outages that last an hour, a day, or longer. What is your plan to keep your family safe? That plan is Generator Supercenter. Talk to Generator Supercenter today about a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home. Generator Supercenter is the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. They have got the monitoring, they've got the financing, so you can talk about those low monthly payments. They do the monitoring, and they're pros, right? The professionals they have doing the installations, they'll show you how it all works. You can check out their showroom at 96th, right there at 69, and see all the different models of Generac automatic standby generators that they have, and let them come to you. Show you how it's going to lay out, show you how it's going to connect to the house. So the minute the power goes out, boom, the power is right back on. Talk to Generator Supercenter today. 317-827-0808. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter, 827-0808.
Do you suffer from sore feet, back, knee, or hip pain? The Good Feet Arch Support System has helped many people find relief, like Tim.
I'm always telling my colleagues who have sore feet, this is the greatest thing. I'll even take my shoe off and show them. And I believe in the product so much. When you have something that works, you kind of want to share it with people. It worked for me, maybe it can work for you.
Or do you wake up at night with heel pain, like Crystal?
I would wake up in the middle of the night with all kinds of pain in my heels and in my arch. So I went to the Good Feet store, and ever since then, I've been pain-free. I wear them every day. I wear them when I walk, at the gym, when I work. They're great.
Get back to walking, working, and exercising, and imagine a life without pain. No shots, no surgery, no medication. You've got nothing to lose but your pain. Stop into the Good Feet store today for a free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall, or in Greenwood, just off the 65.
Thanks to the Good Feet store. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
More tariffs later, tornado
scenarios possible.
WIBC.com gives you more than just headlines. It's context, updates, and insight. Whether you're at work, on the move, or catching up late, the latest is already there. Stay in the know while you're on the go at WIBC.com.
Traffic on the fives. Matthew Bear, what are you doing?
Southside Tony, northbound 65, stop and go. Raymond Street up to the south split because of construction. Also south side, this is a crash. Southport Road at I-65 just to the west of the interchange. 2 cars involved, somebody's hurt. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off, plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
45 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:45.
At Duke Energy, we're making Indiana's energy grid stronger and more resilient, ready for storms and growing energy demands. We're adding more power to the Indiana grid. We're using new innovations and smart technology to restore outages faster. And we're doing it all in cost-efficient ways to keep bills as low as possible while we serve you with reliable energy. Duke Energy, building a smarter energy future. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Over the weekend, a woman was killed. And this did not take place in Indianapolis. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. This took place in Charlotte. A woman whose name you're not going to hear much about if you were somebody who read the New York Times. Her name is Irina. She's from Ukraine. Irina Zarutska, Zarutska. She escaped from Ukraine, if you will, because of the war, and was in the United States. Was on the light rail in Charlotte and sat down when the man behind her, 34 years old, pulled a knife and killed her. Stabbed her to death right there on the light rail. This is a story that is getting absolutely no coverage. It does not exist in the New York Times, the so-called paper of record. I would check the Indy Star, but holy hell, this isn't even a newspaper. Whatever it is that you are. When you didn't report properly on the shooting of the president, Donald Trump, when he was candidate Donald Trump, I referred to you as monsters. Indy Star. And Allison Carter, who used to be with the Indy Star, was so in a bind over, and how dare you, they don't write the headlines, that comes from Gannett, you're just so terrible, and then blocked me. Allison, I was right then, and I am right now. Still, to this day. But I'm willing to say that the behavior is monstrous, and there might be still some very good people there who are there because they need the job. Because that does indeed happen. But I was right, Allison. And you didn't like the fact that I was right. That's my take. You may have a different one. I'll never know because I was blocked on social media. I'm not asking you to unblock. I'm better off not hearing you. There is no mention. Doesn't exist. It doesn't exist because Irina Zarutska is white and the murderer is black. That's why this story doesn't exist. It doesn't exist because it seems that the judge
who let this guy out of jail on a written promise that he would appear in court. It seems that she also runs is it a nonprofit or is it a facility that helps people in outpatient, right? Helps them with these kinds of issues. So there's a real question as to whether or not this judge was making some money on the side by not engaging with the criminal elements, not putting them in jail, but rather releasing them, and then, of course, getting a little love for aiding with their release. It's a very, very large question that's going to take some real investigation. It's going to take some real investigation to see why it is that the mayor of Charlotte is more concerned about compassion for the killer. Mayor Lyles did not mention the victim by name or discuss any specific measure the Charlotte area transit system or police are taking to address safety. She focused on the suspect and urged others not to demonize homeless people. The suspect appeared to have struggled with mental health, saying, and I quote, "We will never arrest our way out of issues such as homelessness and mental health. Mental health is a disease, just that, a disease like any other that needs to be treated with compassion, diligence, and commitment. The same compassion as cancer or heart disease." How broken the progressive left is, and if you want to know why I'm not a progressive, there you go. This is not a guy who should be on the streets. This guy's a murderer. I'm supposed to have compassion for him? Screw him. And by the way, to hell with the judge who did not do something about this when they could have. To the prosecutors who don't prosecute. This is what you get. You get dead women on light rails that no one writes about because she's white. Now, you would think she's Ukrainian. I thought they cared about Ukraine. They don't care. Black man kills white woman. They don't write about it. Daniel Penny stops a black guy from terrorizing people on a bus, and it's 24/7 news. Well, Tony, he killed him. Aha! That's the difference. They will write about the white person. They won't write about the black person. These racists, these bigots. Don't get angry with me for noticing what it is they do. I dare any progressive in Indiana to come at me on this. Let's go. Explain yourself. See, I think you can report on everything, and then we can discuss everything. This woman got killed by a deranged freak who should never have been let out of jail with a written promise. We got to open up the asylums again. I don't know what President Trump's waiting for. Maybe less tweets and more this. I don't mind a well-placed tweet. I don't even mind a mean tweet. I do mind a dumb tweet, and I got this happening. So how about a little bit of chop chop and do the job I need done? By the way, don't wait for your government. Buy guns, buy ammo, and get trained. It may not have saved this woman's life, but it might save yours. But most importantly, let's take a look at a media that doesn't write about things that don't fit narrative. How untrustworthy they are. And that behavior is indeed, Allison Carter, monstrous. I was right. Not always right. I was on this. Monstrous. You write about Daniel Penny, he's a murderer. You won't write about this guy because who gives a damn about dead white Ukrainian women on a subway bus in Charlotte, North Carolina? I don't know how your newsrooms work. It doesn't seem to be much of a newsroom. Over here, we discuss everything honestly and openly. And that's why more people come here. And that's why so-called media isn't worth a damn.
Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic, Raymond Street into the south split because of construction. And now seeing a slowdown heading towards the airport. Not a bad one here. It's westbound 70 after 465 for about 3/4 of a mile. And nothing that's going to delay you here at the moment. Please know it's there. Northwest side, northbound 65. That's slow on 465 up to 71st Street. And a reminder, in case you missed it last week, Washington Street is now closed at Sherman Drive. That intersection is completely shut down for Blue Line construction. That's going on for the rest of the week. Expect it to reopen on September 15th, weather permitting. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off, plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
WindowNation.com for an incredible deal right now in September. You're going to save big this month. Buy 2 windows and you'll get 2 for free. No payments for 2 years. You won't have to deal with monthly payments, a down payment, or even any interest until 2027. I have Window Nation windows. They have brought the energy bills down in my house. My wife and I absolutely love our Window Nation windows.
Window Nation offers a lifetime warranty on all of their windows, so you can relax knowing your home is protected far into the future. And this deal, it's a good one. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. Make no payments for 2 years. Nothing down, no payments. You don't have to deal with anything until 2027. 866-90-NATION. Call and talk to a rep. Schedule that free in-home estimate. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Don Fisher for QC Kinetics. I was struggling with chronic knee pain and wasn't encouraged with the options of risky surgery and pain pills. QC Kinetics offered the best option for me, cutting-edge regenerative medicine. Their non-invasive treatment stimulated my body's own biologics so I could be pain-free and get back to doing what I love, playing golf. QC Kinetics has a fantastic success rate, and it's clear to see why so many Hoosiers are happy to tell their story of how they reclaimed their lives with the QC Kinetics approach. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to qckinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. QC Kinetics uses the latest technologies, whether it's stem cell, PRP, plasma, or a number of other advanced therapies. Call QC Kinetics. It'll be the best call you will make. Get back in the game, whatever that is for you. Call 317-559-PAIN.
When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service. Really? Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you, which means you'll save hundreds for your business and get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots on us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year, you guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 10/9/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of 1 unlimited intro line apply via 12 monthly internet bill credits. 1 discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data in service areas. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence 2H24.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion. That's billion with a B. Yeah, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, what the Indianapolis police are saying about a shooting that happened just a few hours ago, what the Indianapolis Colts are saying after their win against the Miami Dolphins yesterday, and what Hall of Fame quarterback Peyton Manning had to say about his former boss after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 7 o'clock.
He'll decide in the next day or two. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what President Trump says about Chicago and if he'll send in National Guard troops like in his crime crackdown in Washington, D.C. This after a controversial Truth Social post over the weekend.
Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War, referring to the name change for the Defense Department. Here's what the president says he meant as Chicago braces for an immigration crackdown.
We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense.
State and local officials slammed the post. Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson has been adamant violent crime in the city is down, and indeed stats from the Chicago Police Department show murder and robbery cases have dropped since 2021, but other crimes like felony and misdemeanor thefts and motor vehicle thefts are still up from 4 years ago.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. They'll start to pick a jury this morning in federal court in Florida to put Ryan Ruth on trial. The man charged in the second Trump assassination attempt last year outside the president's golf course in West Palm Beach. Fox's Dana Marie McNichol reports Ruth's defending himself as his own lawyer.
So he has been gearing up for this trial behind bars, expected to take center stage in the federal courtroom starting today. Now, jury selection is expected to take place over the next 3 days. Attorneys plan to question 60 prospective jurors a day. Opening statements are scheduled to begin on Thursday.
Shots fired at a bus stop in Jerusalem this morning in an attack that left 6 people dead and a dozen injured. It was stopped by an Israeli security guard and an armed civilian who shot back and killed the attackers. The day after President Trump told reporters outside Air Force One,
I think we're going to have a deal on Gaza very soon. It's a hell of a problem.
Then he posted on Truth Social, the Israelis have accepted his terms in a potential ceasefire deal for Gaza that would release the remaining hostages. Then he urged Hamas to also agree, adding it's his last warning to accept or face the consequences. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What Indianapolis police are saying about an early morning shooting. Nothing on radar. 50 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 74. I'm Brian Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. The cops are looking into a shooting that left a teenage boy hurt early this morning in the Martindale Brightwood neighborhood. The cops found him about 3:15 at an abandoned apartment near 30th and Keystone, and he told IMPD that somebody walked up to him dressed in all black and just started shooting for no reason. He was taken to the hospital. He is alive at this time. No arrests have been made. The Indianapolis Colts finally broke their opening day slump.
You know, it's a long season, 17-game season, and you got to play at a high level for the whole time. So, you know, good start. I think everyone on our team's mature enough, knows enough that it's about what you're able to sustain through, you know, the course of the season. So
that's quarterback Daniel Jones speaking after his debut victory. He threw for 272 yards and a touchdown and ran for 2 more scores. Hall of Fame quarterback Peyton Manning and others honored the late Colts owner Jim Irsay during a halftime Ring of Honor ceremony Sunday.
Jim Irsay said yes to his heart's true calling, the Indianapolis Colts. It gave this city a team it could pour its heart into. As players, we could feel Jim's commitment every day.
Irsay passed away in late May. A man who was wanted on felony warrants in Michigan and Colorado sparked a multi-county chase Sunday night after not stopping for a traffic stop in St. Joseph County. The pursuit began at about 7, with police saying that man faced a nationwide extradition warrant that could be linked to a local shooting. The chase crossed into Michigan, then back into St. Joseph County. Officers failed to stop him. The guy abandoned his car in Elkhart, and police are still looking for him this morning. As for what's in your forecast this week,
Indiana's at the beginning of a warming trend. That's the message from Matt Eckhoff with the National Weather Service.
Which will bring temperatures potentially back to 90 degrees in some places as soon as Thursday or Friday.
He says Monday morning will be the coldest morning of the month so far.
We're going to have temperatures in the low 40s, potentially some upper 30s in the rural areas. Or Bloomington, you might have mid to upper 40s. It might not cool down as much. much.
And he added that sunshine and clouds are expected throughout the week. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indiana Fever clinched a playoff spot with the victory over the Washington Mystics Sunday, 94-65. They end the season, the regular season that is, on Tuesday against the Minnesota Lynx at home. And a crowd gathered outside Congressman Jefferson Shreve's office on Sunday asking him to address the issue at Camp Atterbury as far as the detention of illegal immigrants. The march or rally, however you want to term it, was organized by Indivisible Indiana. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the fives. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at northbound 65, south side, slow. Raymond Street into the south split because of construction. Northwest side, northbound 465, slow on the exit to northbound 65. Once you're through the exit, you are off to Lebanon, Chicago, wherever you might be, without any trouble here at the moment. Now, inbound 69, you look good coming in from Hamilton County, State Road 37 to 465, and coming up from Greenwood on the south side, northbound 65, a dream for the moment at least. Main Street up to 465 into the south split, and then making our way safely up through the construction to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code radio for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. Boy, a crisp start out there across much of central Indiana. Spots are dropping into the 40s this morning. I do think we're going to see lots of sunshine later this afternoon. We will look for high temperatures right around 76. Still a little bit below normal for this time of year, but a little bit warmer than what we had over the weekend. Mostly clear skies tonight, lows near 51, and then we slowly warm up for the rest of the week. Mostly sunny skies on Tuesday with highs near 80 and lower 80s under sunny skies on Wednesday. Ooh, okay. That is a very good use of that sound. Thank you. That is correct. Wow. Nailed it. Has Carl been working? Yes. Stop it. Am I just going to keep answering myself?
Yes.
Thank you.
This is what
Carl.
you sound like in your own head, and we wanted to recreate that for you.
That was great. I love it. Good
That's
job,
right.
Carl. Good job.
It's not bad. Carl, she's approving of you
I know.
and of your fine work.
Get off my lawn.
All right, she's got to go now.
Yes.
That's Tara Hastings from Wish TV. We appreciate you, Tara, but got to get some work done right now. 45 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:07.
This hour is powered by Miss M's Home and Garden, Johnson County's Fall Nursery headquarters.
Oh, wow.
A beautiful afternoon in Indianapolis, Indiana. The honoring of the late Jim Irsay. Colts 33, Miami Dolphins 8, and it wasn't that close. A nearly perfect game for the Colts. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. JMV joins us right now. He is the voice of sports in Indiana on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Passing game, rushing game, defense, special teams. Where do you want to start? But you got to feel like either Shane Steichen has figured out this team, or Shane Steichen has figured out how to not listen to anybody else about this team. Maybe it was just the fact that the Dolphins were terrible. But dang, that looked good last night or yesterday afternoon, JMV.
Yeah, Tony, it was absolutely what was necessary, too, when you think about it, because we had talked about together the apathy that was going into the season to a level in which I've never seen it. And I think you could get a feel at the beginning of the game as well, you know, going around the stadium, going into the stadium. There were a lot of empty seats. But the Colts delivered a message, and I think what you said a moment ago was accurate. we don't really know if the Colts are that good or if the Dolphins are just that dreadful because they were bad in every single facet. But we do know this, that type of performance was absolutely necessary in a week one for a win for the first time in 2013 and to make some believers and to get some feel-good going in general with this Colts team. There is no reason not to be happy after yesterday afternoon, and that's exactly what everybody around here needed.
Let's talk about quarterback, and I will tell you that if I'm being asked, and I felt this last year with the concussions, Tua's career is over. And I don't have anything against the dude. It's just that it's not coming about this time in Miami. It has to come to an end. But Daniel Jones, 22 for 29, 272 yards, a touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns. The quarterback sneaks. His average was 9.4 yards a throw. That's far more than I thought he'd have. This was an unbelievably good showing.
Yeah, hey, Tony, you look at Lou Anarumo. I thought you could not have a better debut as the defensive coordinator of the Colts, especially in comparison to what people thought about Gus Bradley for the past handful of years. We saw blitzes, Tony. We saw a Miami team, and Tua especially, that was absolutely mixed up in what they were doing. They were always changing, shuffling the deck, doing different things. Latu dropped in coverage and had an interception. Bynum with a pick on an overthrow and a break into electric boogaloo celebration afterwards, too. I mean, really, I think among the Daniel Jones and just the overall feeling of greatness, because the Colts finally won in a week one, but you look at Lou Anarumo, he brought to the defense something that people around here have been screaming about during the Gus Bradley era. A little more aggression and some mixing up of coverages and schemes, and that's exactly what the Colts did defensively. It could not have been a more perfect start for he and that defense.
And part of the key of that defense, talking to JMV, the voice of sports in Indiana from 93.5, 107.5, The Fan, was the amount of ball control. Every time the defense had to get on the field, they were fresh, they were healthy, they weren't winded, they weren't gassed. But your point, even though I brought up Daniel Jones and you shifted gears to defense, you are absolutely right. For anybody who had a question about Lou Anarumo, for anybody had a question about, is this guy really the guy we want to run a defense? Why was he picked? Well, there was no other defensive coordinator out there. This was a very, very nice, hey, I'm here, welcome back to being a defensive coordinator in the NFL for Anarumo and that entire staff.
And tell you also, think about this, too. There was such a change in philosophy in the offseason. They pay a high dollar for Mooney Ward and for Cam Bynum in the offseason, which they rarely do in that secondary. And this was going to be, Tony, a test to start the season, because if there's one thing Miami has, or at least coming into that game they had, skill position players that were going to be a threat. They were 7-4 under Mike McDaniel in September, normally because that group of skill position players were kind of running downhill and healthy. And I thought that the Colts and Lou Anarumo neutralized all of that thought. They completely erased Hill, Waddle, and then made an absolute mess of Tua yesterday. You could not have asked for a better start defensively. And a lot of those questions and how they proceeded in the offseason to rebuild that defense were answered in a really good way yesterday at Lucas Oil Stadium.
So now we head on over to the Broncos. The Broncos, I should say, head to us next week. The Broncos won their game against the Titans yesterday, 20-12. Bo Nix did not look like much of a player yesterday. 4 turnovers, and still they were able to get the victory, which tells you exactly what's going on with Tennessee. The Colts have an opportunity to go 2-0.
Yeah, they have an opportunity, if you want to put it that way, to go 3-0 too, because they have Tennessee. Speak of the Titans the week after in week number 3. I'm not trying to get ahead of things here, but no, the opportunity, you bring this up accurately too. And I also wanted to give you credit because the Daniel Jones take of keeping the Colts offense on the field and keeping them ahead of the chains on the field and then scoring every single time as we haven't seen. When you bring up comparisons of this hasn't been done since Otto Graham in the 1950s, your quarterback had a really good day. And Daniel Jones, I thought, was a guy that when Shane Steichen wanted somebody that made sure everybody was in the right spot and procedurally got business done before the snap, you saw that, and then he was magnificent after the snap as well. But the Colts have an opportunity. against Denver and then Tennessee to get off to a start of which we have not seen in a long time. And you're right about Denver. They didn't look great yesterday at home, and that went over the Titans. And then you get the Titans in week 3. We'll see if, again, the Colts can sustain. Because that Denver defense, regardless of what Knicks did, that Denver defense is really good, Tony.
And you talk about the Colts scoring on every opportunity. Spencer Schrader, 4 field goals. So you're right. Every time you've got the ball, if you're scoring, life looks pretty good. JMV, the voice of sports in Indiana, 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Catch him at 3 p.m. today. Do that if you would. Appreciate you. Matt Barrett's got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
All right, Tony, looking at inbound 69, slow 106 Street, 282nd. Then crash, south side, Southport Road at I-65. 2-car crash, somebody's hurt in that. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
45 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:15.
It's Terry Stacy, a customer of Premier Deck Coating, and they've changed our life when it comes to saving us time and money, preparing and protecting our deck year after year. Premier Deck Coating is the ultimate deck protection, sister company of Rhino Shield, locally owned. Right now, we've got black walnuts that fall from the trees that normally used to stain the deck, but no more now that we have Premier Deck Coating. It has completely transformed our deck with their special formulated product, and it's backed by a 10-year warranty. They came in, they sanded all the walking surfaces, they repaired the damaged boards, and then they applied their Protect Deck and Railing coating, and that repels mold and moisture, and it resists scratches, and it keeps our deck looking great for years to come. They can also do fences and pergolas, too. And listen to this. Right now, they're able to offer affordable monthly payments with 0% interest loans and no payments until next year to qualified customers. Premier Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. We love what they were able to do for us. For a free quote, visit premierdeckcoating.com.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like the Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S., Z-Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $4,500. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Indianapolis to see their full line of Kubota or visit them online at McAllisterKubota.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship is back at the racing capital of the world. This sports car racing event, September 19th through 21st, is different than anything you've seen at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Sunday the 21st, it's the TireRack.com Battle on the Bricks. And now the race runs 6 hours. The paddock is open for fans all weekend long. Infield camping opportunities make this a can't-miss weekend. Kids 15 and under are free with a paid adult. Get your tickets at IMS.com.
Did you know up to 50% of outdoor water use is wasted? And did you know that there are things you can do to help change that? Indiana American Water suggests that you water early or late in the day to reduce evaporation. Also, be sure to fix any leaks and skip watering when rain is in the forecast. Consider rain barrels, mulch your garden, and use drip irrigation for your plants. Be water wise. Conserve today, sustain tomorrow. Find more conservation tips at Indiana American Water's Wise Water Use Resources at indianaamwater.com.
Gearing up for the popcorn moment, brought to you by the good people at Booher Remodeling, BOOHER, BooherRemodeling.com. If it is inside your four walls, Booher Remodeling is the call. That kitchen, that bathroom, that basement, and making it a part of the house, they do that. And when it comes to your kitchen, you understand that there are no rules whatsoever. There is what you envision and then how to get that done. You want a kitchen that's got more cabinet or countertop space, Booher Remodeling has got you covered. You want a kitchen that shows off, I don't know, that special collection you have or has that artistic flair, Boer Remodeling has got you covered. You want a kitchen that has secret compartments? Yeah, that's possible and doable. You want to have the push of a button, the next thing you know, your gun rack comes out, not just your spice rack. Boer Remodeling has got you covered, no matter what it is you're trying to do. And I'm not saying it's that. It could be anything. Boer, Booher. They've got the team. They've got the equipment. They deal with the best materials, the most skilled craftsmen. They stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee, and they deliver quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude. They're good people. Let them do the work for you. Talk to Boer today. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Boer. Booher. BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn because there is more. As I said, I'll be discussing the lieutenant governor and his absolute debacle at 7:45. So be sure to tune in for that. I got asked in the chat. You guys know we live stream. So we've got a live stream that goes on over there at the YouTubes, and you can check it out for yourself. YouTube.com/93WIBC, and you can be a part of it. And someone was asking, whatever happened with the video? I was like, what video are we talking about? The video that we were told existed that showed a lawmaker's wife topless. It was AI generated. And Tom LoBianco said, oh, this video exists. And everybody said, oh, my gosh. And no one's ever seen the video. And so they were asking whatever happened to the video. I think that's a fine question. What happened to the video? If you ask me to trust Tom LoBianco, the answer is no, I will not. Now, knowing Tom, he's going to reach out. Hey, Tony, you should have me on the show to discuss it. You said there was a video. You said there are sources. Where's the video? It's a legit question. Where is the video? It was seen in Micah Beckwith's office. See, this is the part that's nutty. There's enough that Micah Beckwith is doing to himself. I don't need to make anything up. And if the video does exist, are you telling me nobody has access to it? Nobody can find it? All we have is this rumor and innuendo? I'm going to stick to the things I can objectively prove, which are the things out of Micah Beckwith's own mouth, which are ridiculous. Ridiculous. I am not going to play in anything having to do with innuendo. And no, Tom LoBianco, I'm not going to trust you at all. Another former Indy Star guy. Right? He was Indy Star. No thanks. No thanks. But speaking of people I'm not going to trust, Tucker Carlson. I've discussed on this show that I did his show on Fox a few times. That years ago, when I was thinking of an idea, I made an appointment to go see him. I'm sure to this day he doesn't remember it. And if he does, he must have been like, why did he even come see me? Like, it's so weird. I was thinking of a talk show. I'm like, what do you think of this idea? Just wanted to hear what other people thought of the concept. I didn't ask for money. I didn't ask for investment. I didn't ask for... what did you think? That's how I remember the conversation in his office. He was always very nice to me. Well, that was a different Tucker, very obviously. This one is gone. Don't ask me to have respect for him. Don't ask me to think that there's something intellectual at play here. This is ridiculous. And this is Tucker Carlson questioning whether or not Hamas is a terrorist organization.
No one can plausibly claim that a Christian family are in Hamas. Okay, so like what, tell me, you can't claim that they're in Hamas while simultaneously claiming that Hamas is a group of jihadis. They're Islamic extremists, which they also claim constantly, which I don't know if that's true, by the way. It seems more like a political organization, but whatever it is, they're telling us constantly they're Al-Qaeda. So it can't also be true that Christians are a member of Al-Qaeda. Sorry. Yeah. So then we know they're not in Hamas, so why did they get killed?
Now, I'm not sure of the other pieces there regarding Christians, but this.
Group of jihadis, they're Islamic extremists, which they also claim constantly, which I don't know if that's true, by the way. It seems more like a political organization, but
he does this all the time. So, I don't know. But just see, I'm just not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. And then he does that laugh, which I've never, ever liked. Right? It's like that look he always had on his face from the Fox show. Like he's smelling something, but he's not sure what it is. Is it pleasant? Is it not? I don't know. But I mean, if you've ever seen Nigel wearing the T-shirt of Tucker with that face, Tucker face, it's something else. You think that Hamas is a political organization? Just start wearing a keffiyeh. It's a terrorist organization, and every rational person knows it. Of course they're jihadists. Every rational person knows it. Tucker's not rational. He's lost, broken, it's over. He's done. Whatever this madness is of this so-called new right, woke right, bull nonsense, nope. Didn't ask your position on Israel, don't care. That's nuts. That is wrong. He's just wrong. He might as well now have a guest spot regularly on the Young Turks. Sometimes you don't know what happens to people. Sometimes it's the money. I couldn't prove that. I have no idea if it is. Sometimes the mind just breaks. Sometimes you get Candace pilled. However it goes, it's happened. And that's the end of that. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
All right, south side, northbound 65, stop-and-go traffic before Raymond into the south split. That's because of construction. Inbound 69, 3-minute delay, 106th Street, 282nd. Southeast side, northbound 465 slows from 74 up to Brookville Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5, ZWIBC Traffic.
The Hammer and Nigel show, a complete recap of that first Colts game, plus August job reports were kind of a nightmare. 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
There's just something special about late summer at Wilson Farm Market. The sweet corn's still crisp, the tomatoes are juicy, and the cucumbers taste just like the summer should. Stop by with the family, fill your basket with fresh produce, grab some hot, fresh fried chicken, pick up homemade jams, and select from hundreds of cheeses to make every meal something special. And don't forget that famous pretzel bread. It's always a hit at the dinner table. 20 minutes north of Carmel on 31 in Arcadia. Online at wilsonfarmmarket.com. That's wilsonfarmmarket.com. The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
By now, you've heard about indianaunclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Guys, Hammer and Nigel here. This fall sports season, it's game on at Synergen X and Low T Center, the MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. Ready to tackle low energy and achieve your health goals like a pro? They've got the winning game plan with personalized TRT. Book a free consultation and automatically enter for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia or tickets to major sporting events.
Get fit like an MVP at Synergen X and Low T Center. Book that free TRT consultation and you will automatically be entered for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia, tickets to your favorite local sporting events. Winners are selected every week. Female patients, you're eligible too. Book right now at trtmvps.com. TRTMVP.com. That's TRTMVP.com. Book a free TRT consultation and be an MVP where your health is concerned, and you might be a winner. TRTMVP.com. That's TRTMVP.com.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to QCkinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Siri, read me that text.
Sorry, I can't complete your request.
You want me to read that?
No, I got it.
Construction zone.
I see it.
Watch it. Oh my God. You're gonna hit him!
Oh, fuck!
When driving in a construction zone, be smart, be alert, be in the zone.
This is Brian Short, business manager for the Indiana Laborers District Council. Everyone deserves a safe place to work. Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down, save lives. We're all in this together.
A message from Indiana's District Council of Laborers International Union of North America and affiliated locals.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window, we mean business.
Fall is in full swing at Sundown Gardens. Locally grown mums and pumpkins plus fall annuals and decor. 186th Street, Spring Mill Road in Westfield. It's sundown.gardens.com.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel show, a complete recap of that first Colts game, plus August job reports were kind of a nightmare. 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Where the National Guard could be stopping at next. Nothing on radar, 50 degrees on Monument Circle, going up to 74. I'm Ryan Hedrick from Michaelis Corporation. Here's what's trending at 7:31. This could be the week when President Trump sends the National Guard to Chicago.
The president has been threatening to take action in Chicago for weeks now, even as he downplays a post he made over the weekend about the Windy City. That post said in part, Chicago about to find out why it's called the Department of War, referring to the name change for the Defense Department.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera.
Here's what the president says he meant as Chicago braces for an immigration crackdown.
We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend.
State and local officials slammed the post. Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson has been adamant violent crime in the city is down, and indeed stats from the Chicago Police Department show murder and robbery cases have dropped since 2021.
And some Democrats say that President Trump is at war with American citizens himself. A Florida man accused of attempting to assassinate the president heads to court today.
Jury selection is expected to get underway in the trial of Ryan Ruth, who is representing himself in the federal court case. Ruth has pleaded not guilty to charges of attempting to assassinate a major presidential candidate, assaulting a federal officer, and several firearms violations. Prosecutors say Ruth plotted to kill then-candidate Trump before aiming a gun through shrubs at his West Palm Beach Country Club last year on September 15th. Opening statements are expected to start on Thursday.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers reporting. As the anniversary of the September 11th attacks approaches, new data shows nearly 30,000 people, many of them first responders, have been diagnosed with cancers linked to that day. That's according to the World Trade Center Health Program. Rick Davies, the voice and keyboardist behind Supertramp, has died at 81. He passed away Friday at his home on Long Island, living with cancer for nearly a decade. Davies co-founded the band in 1970 and helped shape its sound with hits like the Logical Song, Breakfast in America, and Goodbye Stranger. McDonald's is putting more value on the menu.
This week, McDonald's brings back its extra value meals. The chain says for a limited time, folks can get a $5 sausage McMuffin with egg meal with hash browns and a small coffee, and an $8 Big Mac meal that comes with medium fries and a medium drink. Several other menu items, including Egg McMuffins and Quarter Pounders, can also be ordered as extra value meals, with the chain saying customers will save 15% compared to buying an entree, fries, and drink separately. The goal to help inflation-fatigued customers score savings. McDonald's says it's laser-focused on delivering value and affordability, adding it will always be a place where you can get the food you love at a price that fits your life.
And that's Fox's Christian Goodwin reporting. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. The Indianapolis Colts open week 1 with the win, something they hadn't done since this guy was in high school.
3rd and goal for the Colts. Their third opportunity to get 1 yard here. Taylor in the backfield. And here's a quarterback sneak by Daniel Jones. He's in! Yes, sir! And the Colts lead the Dolphins 16-0.
Quarterback Daniel Jones scored every time he touched the ball, rushing for 2 touchdowns, throwing for another. Head coach Shane Steichen was impressed with the performance.
Yeah, he played good ball. You know, we got to continue that every week. It's 1 week at a time, but that's the preparation he puts in. He was ready to roll, and guys went out there and made plays for him.
And that call from Daniel Jones along the Indianapolis Colts radio network, and Matt Taylor with the call. On Sunday Night Football last night.
From 32 yards, Prater made it, and the Bills open their final season in this stadium with a stunning comeback win.
And the Bills overcame a 15-point deficit to beat the Ravens 41-14 and the Indiana Fever lock up a playoff spot. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Ryan, looking at the south side, 5-minute delay on northbound 65 from Keystone Avenue into the south split. That's because of construction. Delayed 6 minutes. Inbound 69, 106th Street, 282nd. Crash south side, Southport Road at I-65, just to the west of the interchange, and that involves 2 cars and somebody's hurt. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves, what is this, 45 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Whenever I'm out wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, seriously, people, learn how to take a photo and keep yourself out of the photo. And if you're going to be in the photo, wear pants and stop taking photos at crotch level. Oh gosh, there's so many rules. I just didn't know when we started this that I'd have to explain the basics. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head and getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff, all sorts of stuff is over there at the Marketplace. The Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it, IndianaUnclaimed.gov. And we are live streaming on YouTube, and Matt Bear is modeling his extra small T-shirt for you.
That's not why I was modeling it, by the way.
It's not why? Why were you modeling it?
Because it says, Hoosier Dome.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, it's an original Hoosier Dome T. Well, not an original. My mom sent it to me. It's from my mom.
I couldn't tell from here. I thought it said, notice me.
No. It says Hoosier.
So I thought it was. No. My mistake. But it isn't an extra small, correct?
No, it's kid size, yeah.
Okay,
Boy
that's
14.
what I thought.
Boy 14 is what
that's
text
what I
says.
thought.
Okay.
Age appropriate, son.
Right.
Let's go with that. So all sorts of stuff on Marketplace. And what we have found is that that very often when people are posting things on the Marketplace, they really have no concept of what they're doing. Because this is a mirror. That's what this is objectively, right? Ostensibly, that's it. Painted black, large mirror, super sturdy frame, no chips in the mirror frame, but some paint spots worn off from general wear can be easily fixed. Although I don't know what general wear you have on a mirror. Because the wear is you looking at it, not you touching it. So I'm confused by this. Can be put on a wall, has working hinges. It's $40, Matt Bear.
New rule, new marketplace rule for posting on the Facebook Marketplace. Anything in the picture is for sale. So in this case, I'm going to pay for the mirror. I'm also going to get the hamper, the 2 sweatshirts, and the woman.
Right. So in the photos, right, all different photos of the mirror, there are 2 photos in question. The first one, she has her foot in the photo.
Yeah.
It's reflecting in the mirror, and there's a hamper, and I think that's like it's a piece of glassware, and there's a couple of sweaters. There is no thought to the staging of the photo.
Remember the golden rule, feet fill the fetish.
I had no idea that was the golden rule.
Just like your grandmother taught you.
Ooh, okay.
So, I like that. But there's another photo. Okay. This woman is wearing a T-shirt. If she's wearing shorts, you can't tell because the T-shirt is longer. So I'm saying no pants, ankle socks, slippers. There's 2 sweatshirts hanging on a rack in the mirror reflection and a purse. And that is not a hamper. That is a dehumidifier.
But you can still put your clothes in it. I mean,
I'm sure you could.
Try your wet your clothes.
And she took the picture of herself with no pants.
She's looking for a date.
There's something happening here.
Marketplace for dating. Yeah.
This was listed 14 hours ago in Bloomington.
Who wants to buy my mirror? Yeah.
I never know if the photo associated with the listing is the same. And we don't mention names when we do the listings. I am saying, why do people do this there, Matt Bear from the WIBC Traffic Center? Why take a picture of yourself in without pants to sell your mirror?
I mean, it's
hold on. I've answered the question. I apologize.
It's just social media. You got to put your best foot forward. You know, this is what she sells. She's like, okay, this is me in my pink shirt, and let's go. Yeah, I'm not mad at her.
So, pantsless in socks and slippers is the look you're going for?
Well, not me personally, but I'm not going to tell anybody how to post. I mean, this is marketplace. I mean, that's like trying to, tell somebody how to live their life. I mean, it's I don't know why people post pictures like this. I see the tape measure in the left and in the left picture, and I have no idea what's going on there whatsoever. They're measuring something. But if you want a mirror, it's a good looking mirror, man. It really is.
So, are you in for $40?
No. I'll make my own.
Okay. You'll make your own.
Yeah,
good.
Whittle the wood.
I like the plan. It is there for you. You can find everything that we do at the marketplace over there at WIBC.com. It's all there. You should check it out immediately, if not sooner. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Zillow ranking Indianapolis number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values risen, holding strong. It's a great time to sell. You want to hire the team with proven systems to maximize your equity. That is Mark Dietel. Perhaps you're worried that you need costly repairs to your house, upgrades to sell your home. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You just pick your move date. You can cancel anytime you want. Luke and Emma in Franklin said, we began building our new dream home, and we needed to sell our old place at a great price to pay for it. The Mark Dietel team made it easy with multiple offers in the first weekend and closed in 25 days at the price we wanted. Talk to the local Indianapolis agent. Call him, the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. That is Mark Dietel, 317-755-4232. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. Get all the details. Go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Why do so many foundation, basement, and crawl space companies ask for half your money up front? Could it be because that's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they believe trust is earned, not demanded. That's why they do things differently. They start with a free inspection, no strings attached, to give you an honest assessment of what your home needs. No pressure, no surprises. When it's time for the work, they don't ask for a deposit or any upfront payment. Not a single dollar until the job is complete and you're 100% satisfied. That's how they've been earning trust for over 39 years. Whether it's sagging floors, moisture control, concrete repair, or a full crawl space encapsulation, you can count on Michaelis for repairs that last. Don't trust just anyone with your home. Choose the company that puts your trust first. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY today. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. The Michaelis Corporation, building trust beneath your feet.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Traffic on the fives. Matthew Bear, what are we doing?
All right, Tony, inbound 69, 9-minute delay, 116th Street, 282nd. Crash coming into the north split on westbound 70, right before the north split on the approach on the shoulder. So not much of a delay here. There is a slowdown. Northbound 65, delayed 8 minutes. Keystone Avenue into the south split at northwest side. Northbound 465, stop and go traffic. 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business receive up to 50% off, plus a free patio door. Trust a local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
45 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
When it comes to retirement, it's not just what you've saved, it's what you keep that matters. Howard Bailey Financial invites you to join our free educational event featuring nationally recognized IRA expert and CPA Ed Slott, where he will focus on strategies to help reduce unnecessary taxes, avoid common mistakes, and plan smarter for the years ahead. This event is ideal for anyone in or nearing retirement who wants to make the most of what they've saved. Reserve your spot at the Forum in Fishers on Thursday, September 11th by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code radio for an additional 5% off.
Join the Home and Garden Show live this Saturday from 9 till noon at Sullivan Hardware and Garden, 71st and Keystone, for the grand opening of the Grill Palace. Check out Weber, Traeger, Big Green Egg, and more. The ultimate grilling inspiration awaits.
The Premier Arms anniversary party this Saturday, 3 p.m. I will be there. You should be there. Right there in Brownsburg, 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. There's the Hoosier Leadership Summit that Senator Banks is putting together. I am speaking along with Caleb Blakesley out of WOWO in Fort Wayne. Kurt Schlichter coming into town for this. A host of people. I'll get you more information, because if you sign up, you can attend. I think it's free. It's going to be a fun day. That's on Saturday. And then after that, heading over to Premier Arms, their 24th anniversary celebration to benefit the VFW and veteran suicide awareness. I think I'm going to be helping with a bourbon tasting. if I know it right. That's my plan, at least. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. I forget sometimes if I say hello. Go to premierarms.com and get all the details. Allow me, on the subject of Micah Beckwith. If Micah Beckwith doesn't know this, allow me. This political career is over. Stop thinking you're going to be able to run for governor. That's not going to happen. Stop thinking you're going to win in a governor's race. That's not going to happen. And I'm telling you right now, after this insanity of these brash statements that you then fall apart on because you haven't thought them through and you haven't asked yourself what it means. If you run for governor, and I feel that there's no candidate to properly take you on, I'll run for governor. Micah Beckwith, sorry, I don't know you as and you know, I've never really hung out with you. One event where I was sitting next to you with Americans for Prosperity a few years ago seemed nice enough. Everything else I know is your run for lieutenant governor, the work you put in there, and then your times on this show, which didn't go great for you, sir. And now your post about the Haitian community, about how you met with Haitian pastors in Marion County. These people have endured earthquakes and violence, and more than 40,000 are seeking asylum in Indiana. And what I saw was not a community asking for a handout, but people determined to work hard, raise their children to become contributors to the great Hoosier state, and assimilate to the American way of life. Now, in later posts on social media, you discuss how you weren't talking about paying for them. You know, ultimately advocating for firmness does not mean abandoning love. I was letting these pastors know that they have a responsibility to care for their own community. It is their job to do that. It is not our job to fund them. Well, that came afterwards. That did not come from the original post, which got a lot of play. Lieutenant Governor Beckwith, a lot of play, because it was, wait a second, I thought we were standing firm against illegal immigration. What exactly are we talking about here? And just because somebody wants asylum, do they believe in the nation? Are they going to follow our laws? Are they actually interested in being Americans? It's our job to open up to people who don't believe in our way of life and actually work proactively against it. Not saying that they would, but asking the question of where is the standard that you claim to hold, Lieutenant Governor? And if you believe this so much that these people are such good people, you believe in your conversation, why did you delete the tweet? No, Lieutenant Governor, here's what happened. You believe that you're smarter than the room. You believed this when you posted, going back to, when was the post there, Producer Carl, about 3/5? When was that? Oh, here it is, right here. So this goes back to April, talking about how the 3/5 compromise regarding the Constitution was a great move. You thought you were smarter than the room in engaging the conversation in a glib way. You weren't. You weren't. You still thought you were. But then again, that's when you were saying, hey, I'm not really interested in governing. I'm interested in a podcast. The podcast has become the porn career for people who don't have a face for OnlyFans, or a body for OnlyFans, or limberness for OnlyFans. Basically for people who are not going to be on OnlyFans. That's what the podcast has become. You failed to engage properly. You failed to think before you spoke. You then made a video explaining yourself in your way too tight jeans while you're swinging your leg. You remember that video? He's swinging his leg like you're a child. We said so then. This is not a way to reach out. Now you've got this about Haitian refugees. And it seems to be a very different take than you had back in October of 2024 when you were writing about Haitian refugees in Logansport. Lieutenant Governor, you saw an opportunity to be the LG. You reached out through the delegates. You worked it hard. And when the governor, Mike Braun, came in without having a good enough plan, picking a lieutenant governor who had no experience and no contacts and who made no effort, you still only won the nomination by 68 votes after all that you had put into it. But you did win. And you took the position. And since then, in these past 9 months, my gosh, has this been really bad. Your political career is over, sir, and I have to be the guy who tells you if in some case, some way, you still don't know it. You don't address properly. You don't address with focus. You don't stay on task. You don't know how to message. You're not Trump. You and effing Diego, my gosh, what a team. You don't have it, sir. You absolutely don't have it. And I'm telling you, don't think you can run for governor. It's just not going to happen. Unless, of course, you want the Democrats to win. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
All right, looking at a crash approaching the North Split. It's westbound 70 between Rural and the North Split. Left lane is blocked. Traffic stop and go back to Sherman Drive, and that is a delay of 3 minutes. Northbound 65 delayed 7 minutes from South Keystone Avenue up to the South Split. Inbound 69, 11-minute delay, 116th, 282nd. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off, plus a free patio door. Trust a local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Pat Sullivan here for Gutter Helmet. Are you still putting screens on your gutters? You know, if the holes are too big, debris gets in, and you're still cleaning your gutters. If the holes are too small, it sits on top, and now you're cleaning the screens. I have Gutter Helmet on my home, and it has no holes, slots, or screens. It keeps the debris out and the water in. Since 1981, Gutter Helmet has been America's #1 choice for gutter protection. Right now, Gutter Helmet is offering a 17% discount plus 12 months, no interest financing if paid in full within 12 months. Call 800-5HELMET, that's 800-5HELMET, to schedule a free estimate. 17% off, restrictions apply, and cannot be combined with other offers. Call Gutter Helmet today at 800-5HELMET, that's 800-5HELMET, or gutterhelmetindy.com, and never clean your gutters again.
Cindy Druba, office manager for CSE Morse, needed a paperless solution, so she called on Applied Innovation.
We weren't paperless, and more companies are going paperless, and we wanted to have the option.
How has Applied Innovation's DocuWare solution helped your staff?
It's nice to have everything at my fingertips. I'm not, digging in this drawer, digging in that drawer. I can just put in my search criteria and up they pop.
Applied Innovation even helps scan your documents.
We had 7 years of stored records, bankers boxes upon bankers boxes, and we used Applied to have, they actually scanned and stored all those documents for us.
And the bottom line benefit to using Applied Innovation?
Saved us a lot of time and a lot of space. Time is money.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple, backed by a partner you can trust. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
It seems like all kids do during the summer is drag dirt into the house. Well, they can stink up the house too, but here's the good news. The kids are back in school, and fortunately there is Zero Res. Zero Res is the healthy way to get your home feeling fresh and clean again. Even if your house doesn't look dirty, you need to call Zero Res to remove the dust, dander, and bacteria in your carpets from a summer of fun. Zero Res will clean up the pizza spills and puppy piddles, and they get the yuck out of your air ducts as well. Lucky for you, you can score big this month with great savings. Hi, this is Denny Smith, and you can get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at just $129 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning too. The patented ZR water uses no soap, leaves no residue, and there are no harsh chemicals either. They just aren't needed to get things really clean. Now mention WIBC and get 3 rooms cleaned by the Zero Res Pros starting at $129. Plus $75 off duct cleaning too. 317-388-5141. Online at ZeroResIndy.com.
People think slavery ended long ago, but what if I told you it's worse than ever? Human trafficking is an epidemic, stealing lives in plain sight. Into the darkness, God raised up Project Rescue. bringing light, healing, and hope. Every year, Life Church partners with the Lucas family to host the Hope Starts Here breakfast for business partners with the gift of giving who want to make a difference. Join us Thursday, September 18th at Lucas Estates and see what happens when Hoosiers stand united against evil. Learn more at lifechurchin.com.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B? Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words Micro. That's pound 250, Micro.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, what the Indianapolis police are saying about a shooting this morning at an apartment complex. What Hall of Fame quarterback and former Indianapolis Colts quarterback Peyton Manning had to say about his former boss and how the Colts fared against the Miami Dolphins in their opener. After Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
An attack on a bus in Israel. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. 6 people are dead, a dozen wounded when gunmen opened fire at a bus stop in Jerusalem this morning.
The bus was apparently approaching a stop when the 2 gunmen let fire. Described by authorities as terrorists, they sprayed the bus with bullets. 5 men and a woman was killed. The 2 suspects were killed as well by nearby armed men, one an off-duty soldier.
Fox's Greg Palcott in Tel Aviv. That shooting the day after President Trump told reporters outside Air Force One returning from New York he thinks they can stop the war in Gaza.
It's a problem we want to solve for the Middle East, for Israel, for everybody.
And then in a Truth Social post, the president wrote that Israel's accepted the terms of a ceasefire deal, warning Hamas to also agree or face the consequences, calling it his last warning. President Trump also clarified in another weekend post that as he readies a possible National Guard deployment to Chicago, like his crime crackdown in Washington, D.C., he wrote, Chicago will find out why they call it the Department of War, referencing his rebranding of the Defense Department. Now, the president told reporters that cleaning up that city isn't war, it's common sense.
You know, there's been a back and forth with Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, and the president. So those two say that they're prepared to take the Trump administration to court if National Guard troops are sent to Chicago. They've argued, like many of these other cities' leadership, Democratic leadership, have said, is that despite a recent spike in mass shootings in Chicago, the murder and robbery rates have dropped. That's down from pandemic highs, according to police data, but burglary, theft, and carjackings, they've all been on the rise. Protesters took to the streets this weekend in opposition to the idea of a federal presence in the Windy City, including a promised intensifying of immigration enforcement.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. Jury selection starts this morning in a federal court in Florida at Ryan Ruth's trial. He's the man charged in the second Trump assassination attempt last year. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The streak is over. Nothing on radar. It's 51 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 74 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 8:02.
2nd and 20 for the Colts. First play of the second quarter. Daniel Jones flies it right side, and it's caught at the goal line. Touchdown for the Colts, and it's Michael Pittman Jr. Touchdown, I-N-D-Y for the Colts.
On the Indianapolis Colts radio network, Matt Taylor with the call. Indy squishes the fish, beating the Miami Dolphins 33-8, winning a season opener for the first time since 2013. At halftime of the game,
he did everything he could to make sure we were worthy of your cheers. But even at your very best, it was never just you, the fans, behind us. It was Jim. He didn't just own the Colts. He bound us all together.
That's former Indianapolis Colts quarterback and Hall of Famer Peyton Manning speaking during a Ring of Honor ceremony for late owner Jim Irsay.
There is no place Jim Irsay belongs more than right here in the Colts Ring of Honor. Jim, we love you, we miss you, and your spirit will live on forever through your family.
Mr. Irsay died in May. He is the 20th member to join the Colts Ring of Honor. A shooting at an apartment complex in Indianapolis near 30th and Keystone this morning.
The juvenile male stated that he was standing out on the steps in front of the apartment
when all of a sudden a person in all black came up and started shooting at him for no reason. That was the only description that he was able to give us.
And that's IMPD Captain Don Weilhammer. He says, fortunately, the boy is alive, and they're looking for the person who shot him. You've probably heard about the big Powerball win split between Missouri and Texas this weekend, but they haven't been the only ones cashing in. Jarrett Lewis has the story of a mother and a daughter from Indiana who hit their own jackpot.
That's because Helen and her daughter Robin purchased a Powerball ticket good for $150,000. The two pooled together $40 and bought the tickets at a convenience store in Chesterton ahead of last Monday's drawing. One of the tickets matched 4 out of 5 white balls and the Powerball. The power play was also on, which boosted the winnings even more. After making the drive down to Indianapolis to collect their money, the two celebrated with a nice family dinner and then said they plan to save and invest most of what's left. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Expect a stretch of mostly sunny days this week in Indy with warm afternoons and low humidity.
None at all, actually. We have not much in the way of precipitation chances. We have less than 10% precip chances currently in the forecast through the entire 7 days, it looks like.
Matt Eckhoff from the National Weather Service in Indianapolis talking about the chances of rain. And the Indiana Fever clinch a playoff spot with the win over the Washington Mystics 94-65. It's likely they'll play the Atlanta Dream on Sunday in the playoffs, but first they finish out the regular season Tuesday against the Minnesota Lynx at home. I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level on the go and at WIBC.com. At 8:05, traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Carmel southbound 31. You are stopped after Main Street down to 111th. Fishers inbound 69 on a delay of 9 minutes. 116th Street to 465. Crash approaching the north split on westbound 70. It's been pushed to the shoulder. Stop and go traffic back to Arlington Avenue for an 8-minute delay. Northbound 65 is delayed 8 minutes from Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies for a limited time. Get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, good morning. Boy, a crisp start out there. Some spots starting out into the 30s in northern Indiana, most locations into the 40s. I think it's going to be a beautiful day. Sunny skies and high temperatures right around 76. Mostly clear skies tonight. We'll see low temperatures fall to around 51. On Tuesday, lots of sunshine, highs near 80. And then into the lower 80s on Wednesday. Still lots of sunshine. An absolutely beautiful week ahead.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. I appreciate you. As always, glad that you're here. Right now, we are talking about 46 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:06.
This hour is powered by Sundown Gardens, Hamilton County's fall nursery headquarters.
Taking part in the Hoosier Leadership Summit. That is happening this Saturday in Noblesville. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I'll get you information how you can be a part of it, because I think you can be a part of it, right? Yeah, I think that's correct. This is being put on by Senator Jim Banks. I am speaking at the event. A host of people are going to be at the event. Some of my fellow radio counterparts out of Fort Wayne are coming in. Kurt Schlichter from Town Hall, he's coming into town. Tudor Dixon, who ran for, she ran for Senate or she ran for governor in Michigan. She will be there as well. Some names you know, some names that you don't. Some people I agree with, some people I don't always agree with. It's the whole thing. Representative Ireland's going to be there. This is the Hoosier Leadership for America Summit. That's taking place on Saturday, and I will get you information if you want to attend. Now, The Indianapolis City County Council, you've seen pictures, and as you know, they are very much on top of it. They are upset with Sheriff Forrestal. This was a story from the IBJ. Taylor Wooten reporting that the Marion County Sheriff, Kerry Forrestal, has to maintain the inflow of detainees, including those detained by Immigration's Customs Enforcement. About 700 so far this year, according to public intake records. And he said, I believe the law is being followed in the way it's directed in Indiana. And city county councilors are criticizing the sheriff for being involved. Lack of due process is being permitted by your team, according to Councilor Keith Graves. Then Jennifer McCormick asking Forrestal if he had requested an opinion from city attorneys or on, quote, if there was any leeway or any way to refuse holding detainees. Let us translate this in the way it's going to get translated. The Democrats on the Indianapolis City County Council do not want ICE to be able to do their job, and what they favor are those people who even might be of a criminal element to be out on the streets. That is the Indianapolis Democrat. That's the Indiana Democrat. Hey, how can you stop doing this? That's something else. And then you've got this Live Free Indiana people. These people are, as I see it, wholly unserious and confused. It's somehow wrong to deport those who are illegally in the country. They only believe in law and order when it benefits them. You should live in fear. You should absolutely be in a position where you're scared all the time about what might happen to you and your children. But the person here illegally, how dare you mess with them? Forrestal's a Democrat, right? So they're upset with the Democrat for actually doing the job. That is the take. That is the take. If you do not go along with everything the progressive believes at any time, you will be destroyed. So things probably going to get rough for Sheriff Forrestal. I'm sorry about that. Certainly, you don't need that. If you're following the law, you're following the law. Now, if we can only get Ryan Mears to actually engage in prosecutions, maybe we'd have a better result. But it certainly seems like what the Democrats are saying is, how dare you do this? How dare you follow the law as it is written? And now you've got people saying now you should reject the sheriff's budget. So he can't afford to actually be of service when asked by Immigration and Customs Enforcement and following the laws of Indiana. That is the Democratic Party. The party of safety and security. Or not, because they're not at all. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
The Voice of Health Minute with Dr. Robert Prather of Holistic Integration.
Zinc is one of the more important things to get the maximum height. Boys have about a 4-inch variation on what their height would be. But if you don't get the proper nutrients, zinc is one of the biggest factors on that. And if you get enough zinc, that's probably the major thing on getting the amount of growth.
Our son must have had enough zinc.
I gave him a lot of zinc.
6'5".
2 sons came in wanting to be basketball players, and they wanted their heights to be taller. And one son didn't want anything to do with supplements, and the other son started in on some zinc supplements. About a year later, the other boy started. Because his
brother got taller than him.
His younger brother was outgrowing. A younger brother started taking off. And he said, okay, I want that too. Matter of fact, the mom said that they were all over it. So
he took his supplements after that.
He really took that.
The Voice of Health with Dr. Robert Prather. Sundays at 8 p.m. or anytime at thevoiceofhealthradio.com.
Fall in Indy. And since 2001, Rhino Shield has been covering Indiana homes and businesses. Just ask Mike.
I was watching TV one night and saw the Rhino Shield ad, and I thought, well, if they can do a house, they can probably do a building.
And Rhino Shield's not paint, it's better.
So they came out and they gave me a price, showed me how the Rhino works, works, how it lasts, and how the guarantee works.
All right, Indy, get the 25-year guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield right now for 15% off the regular price.
They started on the building. They waited for us to leave, and they worked Saturday and Sunday so they wouldn't affect our business at all. This was the great part of it. I came back Sunday night, and you couldn't even tell they were here. There was no paint on the ground. They did a fantastic job.
Here's owner Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl. Go Rhino.
Don't vinyl. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion. That's billion with a B. Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
Truck drivers, have you been searching for a more reliable driving job? Get the paychecks and predictability you need as a Schneider driver. Schneider's large selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matthew Bear, what are you doing?
Look at a southbound 31 in Carmel, Tony. It is stopped before Main Street to 111th Street. Crash reported in the area. Northwest side, northbound 465, slow up 86th Street up to 865. Inbound 69 delayed 9 minutes, 116th Street to 465. It is a crash on westbound 70 approaching the north split. Push to the left shoulder. Slow traffic back to Arlington Avenue. Northbound 65, south side, 10-minute delay from Keystone Avenue into the south split. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with nationwide LTE coverage. For a limited time, get 60% off and free UPS shipping at rapidradios.com. Use code RADIO for an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
65 degrees. I'm sorry, did I say 65 degrees? That was wrong. 47 degrees. I do not know where 65 came from at all. At all. You would think I would stop drinking so early in the morning. I honestly, I don't. I swear. Most times. 47 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:16.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. TNCs apply. In-app only.
Guys, it's game on at Synergen X and Low T Center, your TRT MVPs.
Book a free TRT consultation and automatically enter for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia, tickets, and more. Female patients, you can win too. Book at TRTMVP.com.
Scrolling all day. Clickbait everywhere. But the facts, they're harder to find.
WIBC didn't just report the story. They explained why it matters.
I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level on the go.
I check the WIBC website every morning before I even open social media.
Online, on social, on air. Stay in the know while you're on the go.
You've got to stay in the know.
Stay informed.
Now more than ever.
We have information.
93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
The 13th, September 13th, the 24th anniversary of Premier Arms, our great sponsor. I will be there 3 p.m. The food, the drinks, the good times, the live auction, the silent auction, their famous mystery bags, benefiting the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, Veteran Suicide Awareness. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. That is Saturday. That is September 13th. I will be there. You should be there. I think we're going to taste some bourbon. That's what I think is happening. But let's be there anyway, and it will be a good time and supporting a good cause there at 3754 South Green Street, premierarms.com. The Colts open the season with a victory, 33-8 over the Miami Dolphins. Gary Dick joins us right now from InsideIndianaBusiness.com on the Twitter X at IIB. You have got, of course, because of this team, economic impact. We get a great result out of it, but there's a question of what we're actually putting into it, because I know there's some more upgrades going on there in other places and whether or not we're paying for it or not. Talk to me about how the NFL impacts Indianapolis.
Well, I think you could look at a number of things, Tony. Certainly there's economic impact just in terms of the 70,000 or so fans who were at Lucas Oil Stadium yesterday and come down for home games, spending in restaurants and hotels and other venues. Then there's also obviously the, for lack of a better term, the cachet of being an NFL city. That Indianapolis is one of a select group of cities around the country to be able to hold that out there as an NFL city. So lots of benefits on the plus side. A lot of investment needs to go into making that happen. Obviously, the sports venues, be it Lucas Oil Stadium or Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Victory Field, home of the Indianapolis Indians, of course, among those high-profile destinations that do continue to need upgrading. The biggest example, Tony, a couple of years ago, I guess it's been 3 years ago now, with that massive renovation at Gainbridge Fieldhouse downtown. But the Capital Improvement Board announced last week more funding, several $1 million going into Lucas Oil to do what? To upgrade the Wi-Fi, the fan experience. Victory Field is going to get new seats. So it's a continual process that happens all the time. But in this environment with so many other cities competing for the big events that Indianapolis typically gets, Final Fours, the U.S. swimming, Olympic swim trials, all those kinds of things. The competition as tough as it's ever been, so that kind of puts the pressure on to keep these facilities in tip-top shape.
I think the issue is who pays for it. You know, if we talk about Lucas Oil, tell Lucas Oil itself and the Lucas family, I know they're mourning the loss of Forrest Lucas. Tell the Earthsays, I know they're mourning the loss of their father. Tell them to pay for it. That's the argument that comes back to why am I continually told that I have to pay for these things? When do they pay up and into this? How does that get responded to?
Yeah, I think, well, and a very valid question, obviously, and I think the answer is there are some shared costs. I mean, typically, the Capital Improvement Board, as the name suggests, about improving these venues, so they will use funds that they get generated by visitor taxes, rental car tax, hotel, motel tax, those types of things go into the kitty to pay for it. In the case of Gainbridge Fieldhouse, that was largely by the Capital Improvement Board from those funds, although the Pacers Sports and Entertainment did contribute as well. The last time they upgraded Wi-Fi at Lucas Oil, it was a shared cost, as we reported, between the Capital Improvement Board and also I think Verizon was involved at that time. So it's a mix of things, and it's there are those who would say it's a cost of doing business if you want professional sports and these venues to operate. There is the price that taxpayers will need to foot.
Talking to Gary Dick from InsideIndianaBusiness.com on Twitter X at IIB. Let me take it over to one of your other stories here. The state exiting from the GM site. This was a big deal. Mickey Shuey has the story over there at your sister publication, the IBJ. The stamping plant, there's always been a conversation about this, always been a discussion about what is going to happen. Now they're walking away from it altogether. Can you explain a little bit of the history, what has taken place, and what it means for the future?
Yeah, and it is a change, and it's a great story that Mickey Shuey has at the IBJ in terms of a change, and there's a dramatic change in the way the state does economic development from the Holcomb administration to the Braun administration, no question about it. The governor's talked a lot about, quote unquote, focusing on Main Street businesses. The other piece, and it was controversial, had its supporters, but certainly detractors, it was the state accumulating big chunks of ground to be ready to develop. Indiana lost out on a big Intel investment to Ohio. Most people believe because Indiana didn't have the land available for it. So that's what you see at the Leap Innovation District in Boone County. They acquired lots of land to develop for future development. This is the same situation, getting rid of this ground, the old GM stamping plant site, getting away from being in the quote-unquote land development business. So the Broad administration doesn't think that's the right path to take from an economic development standpoint. We'll see how it plays out. The previous administration felt strongly that having available land to develop would be a plus in attracting, in the case of Lebanon, the Eli Lilly and Company investment, the massive investment there. There's also some ground up in northern Indiana, which is home to an Amazon data center and those types of things. So changing the way that business is done, we'll see how it plays out.
So the question is, according to the business community that you speak with every single day, the Governor Holcomb approach, the Governor Braun approach, who's right?
Great question. You've got supporters and you've got detractors. There are those who will point to that massive, I can't remember what the number is, in the billions of dollars in terms of Intel's decision to put a massive facility in Ohio, Indiana losing out on that opportunity. So there are those who say we need to have the ground ready to develop to attract some of this big investment. And there are others, the Brown administration included among them, who say we don't want to be in the land development business, and it doesn't need to be in that that kind of scenario to attract and keep businesses here. Time will tell, which strategy is the right one.
That's not what I asked. Come on now. We've been doing this a long time, Gary Dick. I'm asking what the business community is saying. Do they think that Mike Braun has any type of business vision for this state at all?
Well, I will tell you, there are folks on both sides. I would say the business community, business leaders, CEOs, executives, and others in the business community, unscientific, those who I speak with, tend to support this whole idea of getting big chunks of land, that the Holcomb administration, that strategy of having available land, they think that is the way to go. The Broad administration does not. I think there are questions and when, okay, this new approach to economic development, will it work? We've got to let it play out and see.
That is Gary Dick from InsideIndianaBusiness.com on the Twitter X at IIB. I appreciate you being with us. Matt Bear has traffic on the fives. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
All right, look at the westbound 70 approaching the north split. That is a crash on the left shoulder, slow to rural. Northbound 65, 7-minute delay, Keystone Avenue into the south split. Inbound 69 delayed 7 minutes after 116th Street to 465. Crash east side. This is Arlington Avenue at East 42nd Street. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off, plus a free patio door. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
Struggling with chronic joint pain? Don't want risky surgery or endless pills? QC Kinetics is your answer. Our non-invasive treatment stimulates your body's own biologics and has a fantastic success rate without lengthy recovery or harmful medications. Ready to live your life pain-free? Go to QCkinetics.com/Indianapolis or call 317-559-PAIN and get a no-obligation consultation. Whether it's stem cell, PRP, or a number of other revolutionary therapies, QC Kinetics should be the last call you make. Call 317-559-PAIN.
Join us every Friday right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
It's JMV and fall is in full swing at Miss M's Home and Garden. Locally grown mums and pumpkins plus fall annuals and decor. State Road 135 in Bargersville. MissMsHomeandGarden.com.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
Have a great weekend. I'm sure the politicians will do something insane. We'll tell you about it Monday.
9 till noon on 93 WIBC.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, you'll talk with an oncologist within 48 hours of your diagnosis, so you won't have to wait to start finding answers.
They got me in pretty quickly to meet my team. They gave me the plan and what they knew and what they wanted to do. I was really impressed with the care team and the approach they took.
Learn more about Community MD Anderson at ecommunity.com/cancer.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Join us every Friday right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
Thinning hair? This year, grow your hair back like I did. Call 317-522-2995 or visit WeGrowHairIndy.com.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A terrorist attack in Israel. Nothing on radar. 51 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 74 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. At least 6 people were killed and several others injured at a bus station on the outskirts of Jerusalem. Fox's Eben Brown with the latest.
Israeli officials say 2 gunmen who stormed a passenger bus, killing and wounding riders, are now dead. The attack occurred at the Ramat Junction bus station on the northern end of Jerusalem. Israel's Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar was told of the attack just after landing earlier this morning in Budapest.
There are many injured, including pregnant women. We pray for them.
Social media postings on channels operated by Hamas celebrated the killings, but stopped short of taking responsibility for them. The attack comes as the Israelis agreed to a deal to stop their offensive in Gaza City in exchange for Hamas releasing each of the remaining 48 hostages they hold. Eben Brown, Fox News.
In a separate truth post, President Trump said this weekend that he's giving Hamas one last chance. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says he's confident the Supreme Court will rule that President Trump's global tariffs are legal, but if it doesn't, he warns the Treasury could have to hand out massive refunds. Trump has asked the high court for an expedited ruling after a lower court found the tariffs to be illegal. The president says Chicago's crime crisis is looming and it's not getting any better.
Chicago is a very dangerous place, and we have a governor that doesn't care about crime, I guess.
And President Trump says he's weighing sending in the National Guard to New Orleans instead of Chicago.
We could solve Chicago very quickly, but we're going to make a decision as to where we go over the next day or two.
And that's Trump speaking at Joint Base Andrews on Sunday. Senate Republicans are pushing a bill called the Letitia Act, named after New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Trump administration has accused James of mortgage fraud.
The same rules should apply to everybody. So if they apply to you and me, if they apply to folks in all 31 million people in Texas who I represent, then they should apply to public officials as well, maybe even more so.
That's Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn. On Fox News Sunday night, the Trump administration is also investigating California Democratic Senator Adam Schiff and fired Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook for mortgage fraud. And the weather today will look very nice as temperatures are expected to reach the mid-70s with no rain, possibly until Friday. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com Sunday at Lucas Oil Stadium.
1 second remains, and there it is. The curse, the hex,
it's over.
Voodoo, the jinx, the spells, all of the enchantments, they're finally gone. After 11 years, the Colts are victorious in Week 1.
The voice of the Indianapolis Colts, Matt Taylor, with the call along the radio network as Indy pounded the Miami Dolphins 33-8. Quarterback Daniel Jones threw for 272 yards in his first regular season game with the team.
We feel good about the start for sure. Some things to clean up and work on, but I think everyone on our team's mature enough, knows enough that we've got to continue to grow and improve. The best teams in the league continue to build on success.
And the Colts host the Denver Broncos Sunday. The Indiana Fever locked up a playoff spot Sunday with a 94-65 win over the Washington Mystics. Head coach Stephanie White says the team has pushed through despite key injuries.
And we just kept getting stronger, and we've kept reinventing ourselves. You know, these women in the locker room deserve a lot of credit.
Indiana will most likely play the Atlanta Dream Sunday in the start of the playoffs. They close out the regular season Tuesday at home against the Minnesota Lynx. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:35, traffic on the 5s. What are you watching, Matt Bear?
Right now, east side, right, northbound 465, slow off 70 up to East 56. And the southbound lanes are slowed down from 70 to Washington Street. Crash clear westbound 70 approaching the north. Split pockets of slow. Not bad, though, at the moment. Back to Arlington Avenue. On the south side, northbound 65 delayed 6 minutes from Keystone Avenue up to the south split. Looking in Carmel, southbound 31 stop and go traffic from Main down to 116th. Inbound 69 stop and go traffic 106 282nd delayed at 4 minutes. Crash east side. This is Arlington Avenue at 42nd. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home. To bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 46 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight. Want coffee? I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. What is going on with everybody? You've got Dow futures up 38, NASDAQ futures up 66. Oil prices really where they have remained, although a touch up today, $63.22 on the West Texas crude coming out of the ground, out of the oceans. The Brent crude at $66.93. The 10-year Treasury note at 4.072. Now, this is actual movement. This has been a downward trend that started middle of last week, and it continues. So mortgage rates were at their lowest since not October of 24, since I think October of 22. And they were basically a 30-year fix at 6.5. Start moving things to low sixes, and you could see a really interesting move, I think, in the real estate market where people are like, well, let's give it a shot. Now, is that something that would take place before or after a new year? Someone can answer that question for me. It is Kevin O'Leary who believes that the market really starts exploding at 5.5. I have said from the beginning that you got to be under 5 for people to be like, okay, I can handle this quote unquote new normal. Maybe there is an argument for in the 5s that movement would take place because people would feel like, well, it's good enough. That 5.5 might be a very accurate number, just based on how long the rates have been higher. The 30-year fixed is based on the 10-year Treasury. So 4.068, that's interesting. By the way, if we go back a week ago to September 2nd, it was 4.277. And you're right, that's not a massive amount of movement, right? It's not a full percentage down or anything like that, but it is movement. And that's why I bring it up to you. The Treasury Secretary, his name is Scott Bessent. You have seen pictures. Very worried that if the tariff plan does not work, well, we're going to have to pay back these tariffs. And he's convinced that tariffs are working. He's convinced that tariffs are fantastic. Having this conversation, this back and forth with Kristen Welker over at NBC, I'm not saying I'm on Welker's side, but we're really going to say that tariffs aren't taxes? That's okay.
To increase employment.
But, Mr. Secretary, it's not just John Deere. We've heard from a lot of different companies around the country. Nike says that tariffs will cost the company around $1 billion this year. Black & Decker says $800 million. The big three automakers all say they've had to pay more than $2 billion in tariffs. The list goes on and on. Bottom line, do you acknowledge that these tariffs amount to a tax on the American people?
Well, first of all, let's back up, because what we've seen, for instance, the Japanese automakers have said they're eating the tariffs. So
but these companies say they're eating the tariffs. These American companies.
They're eating the tariffs. So, and again, there are numerous companies who are doing the opposite. You know, you're taking these from earnings calls, and on earnings calls, they have to give the draconian scenario. There aren't companies coming out and saying, oh, because of the tariffs, we're doing this. But I can tell you that whether it's Micron or Apple, they are upping their investments in the United States. And, you know, Kristen, if things are so bad, why was the GDP 3.3%? Why is the stock market at a new high? Because, you know, with President Trump, we care both about big companies and small companies. And you're quoting big companies, but the big company index, the S&P, is at a new high.
Hasbro says they're going to have to increase their prices. Goldman Sachs says 86% of the tariff revenue collected so far has been paid by.
Now, he had a great line about Goldman Sachs. I made a lot of money betting against Goldman Sachs. Tariffs are taxes, and I really don't care what Scott Bessent has to say. I would tell him he's wrong to his face. They are taxes. Just because honesty matters. The argument of eating the tariffs. This has been the argument. This has been the discussion we've been having. The answer is that's coming to an end. They can't go on. And it is radical to think that they can. It's certifiable to think that they can. Just like it's certifiable to think that it's good that we have, as a country, come in to help bail out Intel and taking 10% of the company. Nonsense. Some people are screaming, see, that's socialism. Well, as a matter of definition, I understand their point. But really what we're seeing is the worst of Trump's populism. It's an American company. We have to keep it strong. No, we don't. It's an American company, and they can't actually do the job, so they have to go, and other people will innovate in their place. If we're going to protect American companies, it doesn't mean you bail them out. It's not what it means. Intel can't do the job. It's not my fault. It's just fact. And of course, this 10% intel is so criminally insane as to be believed. It's just wrong. I knew what I was voting for when I voted for Trump. And I knew some of these things would come up. I didn't know to what degree they would come up. And I knew I would object to them and be loud about them when they happened. I knew the border was going to come up and I was going to say, this is fantastic when it happened. Yes, buying a part of intel is gross and not what the government should be doing. Yes, blowing up drug boats from Venezuela is fan-freaking-tastic, and we should do it anytime Venezuela thinks they can send a drug boat our way. We're going to be opposed to destroying those who want to bring fentanyl in to kill our kids? You're out of your mind. But if you think the job of the federal government is to buy into private companies to keep them propped up, you're also out of your mind. Tariffs are taxes. The tariffs will get passed on. Scott Bessent desperately wants something to be true, but it isn't. The pressures on him are enormous. He's just wrong. Wrong. Happy to have that debate. Anywhere, anytime. Tony Katz, that's me, by the way. How you doing? How's your mother? Everything going well? Good. You know I worry. You know I worry. I do. 93 WIBC. Good morning. You need to have your roof checked before winter comes because, man, when it happens and you've got that snow and ice on the roof and it melts, you right now have some small little crack, some small little leak. You don't even know about it because you haven't had Moss Roofing take a good check. Well, what happens when that little leak becomes a massive repair? Moss Roofing can help prevent that right now. They offer free inspections, a thorough checkup of your roof, your siding, your gutters, your windows, and if there's storm damage, they're going to show you the photos, they'll explain everything clearly, and then they will work with your insurance company for you. So no stress, no pressure, just real professionals doing the job right. Protect your home. Avoid bigger problems later. Work with the company that's been doing this for over 30 years. Family owned right here in central Indiana. That is Moss Roofing. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com. Ooh, I didn't realize we were up against it. Traffic on the fives. Matthew Bear, what are you doing?
I'm looking at Shelbyville right now, Tony. At eastbound 74 is at a dead stop from State Road 9 to State Road 44. Not moving at all for that entire stretch, and we're keeping an eye on it. Looking at northbound 65 on the south side, that stopped traffic. Keystone Avenue into the south split, delayed 5 minutes. Northbound 65 slows out of the north split to West Street. And inbound at 69, that's delayed 3 minutes, 106 to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off, plus a free patio door. Trust a local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got, what is that, 48 degrees? Do I have it? Do I have it right? It's been changing. It's been going up because the sun's rising. 49 degrees. That's called science. In the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Made myself laugh. I don't know why. The time is 8:46.
Has your house become a burden? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Wanda's been in real estate. I've been in construction, so she would find properties that we could fix up and resell or rent.
Probably we've flipped about 40 houses. I don't want to do it anymore. Health is not good. We're in our early 80s. Sometimes you have to give it up.
James, he did a good job. James was very cordial and, like I say, responded to our phone calls and then kept in contact with us. So he did a good job.
When I got the purchase agreement, and he did have things in there that was pertinent to me. It's important.
Yeah, James followed through on what he said. Did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Other companies make broken promises, but at Simple Quarters, we keep our word. Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Colts Nation, it's tailgate time. Join us Saturday, September 14th at noon at the Slippery Noodle for food, fun, and prizes before the game. The ultimate tailgate is where the party begins. Go to WIBC.com for more information.
I am at a loss. Wow. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. What you doing, everybody? It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here is how we play our game. Producer Carl picks a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I have no... I'm not sure. I have the ability to phone a friend, and so I will do that. That's Matt Bear. Matt Bear, what is that theme song?
That's The Secret World of Alex Mack, Tony.
The what?
Secret World of Alex Mack.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is either.
It's a great show.
I thought you had it. Like, I thought you were legit.
I thought I did too. It reminds me of the song.
All right, you know, I'm going to phone another friend. Where's Casey? Where's Casey Daniels?
She's not around.
What do you mean she's not around?
Well, she was in here for a second, then she left.
Well, tell her to get back in here. She'll know what this is. Honestly, you have to stop playing it before I have a stroke. Oh, my God. Is anybody else feeling sick to their stomach? This is that's like prison camp music.
Sounds like a dance club.
Yeah, I have no idea. Nobody in the chat room seems to know. The social medias don't know. Everybody doesn't know. I was hoping Casey would know.
She might have.
Yeah, well, a lot of help she is. Drew in the chat room with the only guess. Is it Manimal?
What?
I have no idea.
Man.
I have no idea what that is. He guessed, so I read it. What is that theme song?
Alias with Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, I would not have. Because the only thing you would have remembered of that show is Jennifer Garner.
Yeah. Running around in high heels after the bad guys.
I never watched the show. So I had absolutely I had no clue what it was.
You've watched a lot of silly shows, and you haven't watched that show?
No, I never watched that show. I mean, I knew Jennifer Garner in the show because I'm alive. Hey now. But settle. Also, hey now. But I did not know. That was the theme. Two things going on in the social media world. Three, actually. We're very much lost as a society, and we have a real question to ask about the kinds of people that we look up to. First, Variety has a headline, Jimmy Kimmel on what it means to be at the forefront of defending democracy. Oh, honey. If you ever wonder why people don't trust media, this is why. You think that's a legitimate argument? You think he's at the forefront of defending democracy? Not the soldier, Jimmy Kimmel, who gets to take summers off, is at the forefront of defending democracy. Good Lord. Then there is Emmanuel Macron, the president, the prime minister of France. I think he's prime minister. No, he's president. He's the president of France, not the prime minister. Macron is a really twisted dude who has decided that he is going to be supportive of terrorists. And when you see, as the news was reporting, 5 killed in Jerusalem from a terrorist attack today, he writes, France strongly condemns the terrorist attack that has just occurred in East Jerusalem. Where in the blank is East Jerusalem? Where is that? Find it on a map. That's right, it doesn't exist. What the heck is this? What possibly is this? This is some more of that just outrageous bigotry that comes from not recognizing terrorists and saying we need to get rid of the terrorists. Oh, and the people who are supporting terrorists, stop. It is a rational point of view, regardless of anything religious. And between Emmanuel Macron and Tucker Carlson, dear Lord, do we have a lot of morons we got to clear out of the room before we get to honesty. But nothing, although this is a real contender for beating Axios. Axios, the so-called news organization, puts out a headline. Of course, we've been talking about Irina Zarutska, this young woman who was stabbed to death on the light rail in Charlotte by a guy who was allowed not to be in prison because he signed a letter promising he would come back for his court date. Mentally ill, a murderer, a lowlife, stabbed this woman to death. She did absolutely nothing to him. They never had an interaction. She sat in front of him. Also, he's black, she's white, and no one's talking about it. No one is talking about what happened here. Axios puts out a headline. Stabbing video, because it all got caught on the security cams. Stabbing video fuels MAGA's crime message. There's a reason you hate the media. Because they are to be hated. They are not to be trusted. I will discuss why on Tony Katz today at noon. I'll catch you then. Matt Barris, traffic.
Denny Smith.
All right, looking at eastbound 74.
I've been working out there now
stop
for
traffic from
nearly
State
2
Road 9
decades,
over
and
to
let me
State
tell
Road
you,
44. It's a 35-minute delay. Northbound 65 on the south side, 4-minute delay from Keystone Avenue up to the south split. 465, slow traffic from 70 up to East 56. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off, plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. Matt Barrett, WIBC Traffic.
Have you heard about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation? Your neighbor Bruce did.
Well, the project I was wanting to accomplish was my driveway. I wanted to see if I could get something that looked halfway decent, that would last a while. We also had a side patio surface redone.
Garage, basements, patios, sidewalks, driveways, Galaxy will transform your surface in as little as 1 day.
The crew was very, very good, excellent. The end result was just super. It is non-slippable surface. I get this if you want to make sure you're not going to have many people slipping or sliding when it rains.
Commercial or residential, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
The end result was just super. It was very easy to keep this surface clean. I had tire tracks all over it, and I just took out my hose, sprayed it down, and it looks just like new again.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We are out of this world.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas.